Yeehaw. So anyway, yeah, we're playing some more Baldur's Gate 3 today. Continuing from where we left off last time I streamed, which was like over a week ago. Like at the time, I didn't really know if this is going to be a consistent thing that I'm going to be doing, but I guess at this point it is, just because I've said so. So anyway, part of the reason why it's been a little bit since I last streamed Baldur's Gate 3 is because, well, I didn't really think I was going to be, regular streamer type, but also I didn't really have an idea for, what the conceit of the stream would be. But I think I've figured it out now, and basically what I think I'm going to be doing is just doing a, little level 1 challenge run, have all my characters be at level 1 throughout the entire game. Now, I have no idea if that's even something that's possible because I haven't really done any testing. I haven't played through any significant portion of the game using, level 1 characters, and I haven't even beaten the game like normally. So maybe there's going to be something where, if my characters are all level 1, then the enemies will hit my party with an attack that I can't dodge with my current armor class and will just one shot me. But I don't know. I'll try and see how far I can get. So anyway, let's go over, I guess, the rules of what this run is going to be like. Oh, also, I have like a proper streaming setup right now. I'm not just talking about whatever this overlay is, but in real life, like behind the camera, I got the two monitors. I think that's a thing you're meant to have, right? Got my microphone on a stack of collected volumes of Bloom County, the cartoon from the 80s. Anyway, so we got a handy dandy little notepad file here. So let's go over the rules of the road real quick. So, Baldur's Gate 3 Level 1 Challenge. The rules. First off, Diz, henceforth known as Streamer, must complete the entire video game of Baldur's Gate 3 on Tactician difficulty. Number 2, the streamer is not allowed to click the buttons that level up their characters. So if you see in the game, there's like a little button over here, ding. Not allowed to hit this button. Hover over it, it says level up. Not allowed to click that one. I don't know if you can see my cursor. You cannot see my cursor in the game. Let me change that. Let me make it so that that is capture cursor. Wait a minute. Huh. Oh, no, never mind. There we go. We're all good. Okay. Let's get back to it. Okay, so number 3. The only thing that's banned is having characters repeatedly run away and return to combats in progress to effectively take infinite turns. So that's a thing that you can do in this game because, if you have say like two characters in combat, if you have one of them run away, then the other character will still be in combat and then time will be basically paused for the character that's outside of combat. So you can have them come back, join in, and I believe if the enemies are in the surprise round, then you can immediately just have them like run away again. And there's, nothing, the enemy won't be able to take any turns. So, that's something that you can do that I don't think you should be allowed to do. Anyway, all their game actions are allowed, so I'm allowed to do all the cheesy stuff, stuff I've covered in my videos, like, the Gale trick. If I'm going to use Gale in my party, I'm allowed to, hit him when he's in camp and refresh all the spell slots. I'm allowed to, enter combat from turn-based mode to get my action and bonus action back, all that kind of stuff. Also, I'm allowed to respec my characters. Basically, anything is allowed except for this. Everything else is allowed. And also, no backseating unless streamer specifically asks for help. I think I'm like okay at this game, and I can probably figure out how to do stuff myself. And also, I like the experience of figuring stuff out for myself. So please don't take that away from me. I don't know if I don't even know if anybody's currently watching. I don't think it really matters, though. It doesn't really matter that much to me. Because even if nobody's watching, I get to play Baldur's Gate 3 anyway. Okay. Oh, that is not the notepad file. Where's the notepad file? Here it is. Still figuring out how to, do all the OBS wizardry and stuff like that. Okay. And then there's more. So, well, how beat game if no level streamer? Baldur's Gate 3 is RPG. It's about characters getting stronger. Dungeons and Dragons, the whole point is you level up your characters, they get stronger. How are you going to beat the game if you don't do that? Because Dungeons and Dragons, numbers are important, stats are important. Well, there's a lot of things that don't scale with your level and stats in this game, such as, crushing damage and consumables. Consumables are especially notable because there's some fun stuff you can do with them. For example, if you've seen my videos, you know that you can move objects around in combat as a free action. So if you get a bunch of stuff that can blow up, you can put it on the ground, move it around as a free action, and like move it into a fire surface or whatever, and deal lots of damage that way without using your action or bonus action or any of that kind of stuff. Also, well, if we can't scale, by leveling up and getting experience and all that kind of stuff, well, we can still scale by getting money and buying items and consumables, and that stuff won't be scaled to our level. And there's certain items that let you cast higher level spells. Excuse me. So that's actually one thing I'm wondering, because if you get an item that lets you cast a really high level spell, then can you still like cast the spell even if you don't have the levels that would let you cast that spell normally? I imagine that you would be able to, but I don't know if that's actually a thing. Anyway, so the last way that we can, well, there's two other things. So the other ways that we can succeed despite this challenge is we can just not fight stuff, because most of the difficulty in this game is in the fighting. So if we just avoid fights, then hopefully our level won't matter too much. And also, I can also just utilize my skill and tactical thinking and make good decisions. But it's a last resort, obviously. I didn't come here to think. I didn't come here to use my brain. There are other things, presumably, that my brain energy and would be better suited for. Anyway, let's get this out of here. Let's play the game. So, I'll just reload the save just to make sure that my play time is accurate. So we're gonna continue right from where I left off last time, where we just beat the Nautiloid ship, the tutorial fight. We killed the Cambion leader, Commander Jolk. We didn't kill either of the other two reinforcement Cambions. We also didn't loot Commander Jolk. I think we still got the Everburn blade, like his unique weapon. I think we still got that one, but I don't know if Commander Jolk drops any other unique stuff, when you kill him. So I don't know if that will affect anything. And also part of the reason why I wanted to do this whole level 1 challenge in the first place is because, well, I didn't kill the other two Cambions, and presumably they give experience. So because I didn't kill the two reinforcement Cambions, that means I must have missed out on experience. So if I do a level 1 challenge run, then missing out on experience shouldn't affect that, hopefully. Also, I want to remind myself what my character has. So 17 strength for big jumps. Martial Prodigy. So from this is from being a Githyanki, so I get proficiency with light and medium armor. Does that prevent me from casting spells in any way? Because I know in 3rd edition that did kind of. Got opportunity, of course. So 17 strength for big jumps. 10 dex, 14 con. So I am allowing myself to respec, so at some point I'm not sure whether dex or con would be more important. And maybe I just completely dump intelligence, because my character doesn't really have that much. Well, I have magic missile, but magic missile doesn't scale with intelligence. So maybe on the combat side of things, my character would just be not even bother using my cantrips here and just be a strength wizard that only, well, no, but intelligence affects the number of spells I can have prepared at a time, right? Because the number of spells I can have prepared at a time as a wizard is something I don't know, 1 plus my intelligence modifier, I think. So I think I still need to have high intelligence. And then wisdom and charisma are kind of just dump stats, I believe. Probably want to find a better weapon than this, although I do have some corpses here. Anything else relevant? I don't think I spent any time going over my skill proficiencies, but I don't think it matters. I picked Urchin. Now here's Shadowheart, so I think at this point what we probably want to do is just, get all our party members. Let me check my graphics real quick. Maybe I feel with the strain on my PC from streaming, maybe I want to set things a little bit lower to get proper frame rate. Also, I'm not sure whether I want this to be what kind of run I want to do story-wise, because
You're alive. I'm alive.
in my main playthrough I'm doing like a like a good guy run, but yeah, my main playthrough I'm doing a good guy run, but I was thinking maybe here I would go like evil run, especially because I don't know if this is a spoiler, but I think that if you do like evil stuff, there's a certain party member that's only available if you do like some evil decisions. All right.
True. Seems like we're the lucky ones.
Anyway, here's Shadowheart.
Strewn about.
I think I'll sit through the dialogue still.
Remember the ship.
Just I don't know if
I remember falling.
if people watch this and this is, I don't know, their first experience with the game, then maybe they want to actually experience the dialogue. I don't know. Also, I like the voice acting in this game generally. So, what happened to my kin? That must be Lae'zel. Yep.
Seems like I'm more reliable than your own people.
We should look for her.
More concerned for her than she is for you, clearly. We need to take care of ourselves. First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a heal. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
What do you suggest? You want to stay together.
Each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Alright, let's go.
One thing. Just
Shadowheart has joined the party.
I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Alright, so now Shadowheart's in our party. Not gonna click this button. Also, Shadowheart is in our party, so here's Shadowheart. And here is Shadowheart. So I did one of these for each of the characters, and you're gonna see the other ones I did later. But anyway, so now Shadowheart's in our party. Let me just remind myself. So hold on, what are my spells? Pro, Evil, and Good, Long Strider, False Life. I'm probably gonna, maybe I'll switch these out and when I respec later. Also, let me make sure. So this is Arcane Recovery Charge is once per long rest. I don't think like long resting does mess some stuff up, so I don't know how much I'm gonna be resting. Anyway, let me just remind myself what spells Shadowheart has here. Guiding Bolt, Bless, Command, Pro, Evil, and Good, Cure Wounds. So just all the level 1 cleric stuff. She has Blessing of the Trickster, Disguise Self. This is just a ritual, okay. And then this is also just like a spell that she has. Okay, so good. So let me try to remember, what stuff we can do at the beginning here. So here's barrel. I think hand drum. I don't remember this being like a thing that's here. Wait a minute, can I go like? I'm gonna do a drum cover of the Queen's High C. What will this sound like? Poor performance. Wait, what? Until long. Wait a minute, huh? Oh, do you need to like do the encounter with the bard in the Druid's Grove or whatever before you can actually like start playing music good? Or is it just because like I'm not proficient in performance? Or is it just because Shadowheart has -1? Okay, whatever. Let's not do that now. So I think probably I'm going to pick up just all the stuff. This is going to be like a hoarder run because items are going to be really important, so I need to have as much stuff to sell as possible. Also, I think I specifically want barrels because... Let's put on the hat here. It turns Shadowheart's hair white. Isn't that like... I haven't actually progressed very far in the game, but like... doesn't Shadowheart's like hair color change at some point, and it's kind of like a story thing, so is that maybe a bit of a spoiler? I don't know. Okay, so I feel like, anyway, so barrels specifically are kind of important because well, in my newest Baldur's Gate breakdown, which is going to be coming out, I don't know, whenever I get done with it, you're going to learn that there's some interesting stuff that you can do with, well, not necessarily with barrels, but just with any big object that blocks off character movement. so barrels have like a particular use case. So anyway, I'm gonna pick like just all the stuff up here. Is the bucket of fish worth anything? Because I'm probably gonna like sell all of this stuff and buy some items. I don't think I'm gonna bother picking up, you know, all the stuff that's worth 1 gold, but everything else that's like moderately valuable, like all the books and stuff. Books are actually kind of valuable. Like they're worth about 14 gold each, so I don't know what that translates to in terms of, you know, how much you can sell them for, but yeah. Also, I am probably going to have to be resting a lot, so I think I do want lots of camping supplies. Pick up the barrel and grab all the, get all the stuff. Alchemy ingredients. Now, something I'm kind of interested in is like how much, where's the alchemy pouch? Oh, so it's all in my alchemy pouch, right? How much, like, if I make these into a suspension or whatever, then does that increase their value, you know? So let's see. So each murgrass is worth, so when it says 15, does that mean 1? Okay, so each murgrass is worth 5, and the suspension is worth 0. But the potion of mind reading, I wonder what that's worth. If it'll tell me. So we got the suspension here, which, no, that's worth 18 now. It just doesn't show what the value is in this screen. Okay. So I don't know, that is something to keep in mind though, because like money is going to be very important for us. Pick up the dagger root. This is locked. I don't have any thieves tools. I can't bash that open. And I guess there are like so kind of spoilers for my newest video that's going to be coming up. There are like ways to clip to other places in this game, like to clip through walls. I'm not sure if you can like clip up to higher places yet. That's something that I've not been able to do, but maybe it's a thing that's possible. 25 gold from this dude. Oh wait. So this encounter I'm probably going to sneak around because I only have 2 party members. I'm not sure if there's like a way to avoid this fight really effectively. Like, is there another way to progress? It's been a little while since I've like, you know, I haven't done repeat playthroughs or anything, so I don't have like I don't have a system of what I do at the start of a new playthrough or whatever, so. Alright, so these things are, will aggro on sight, and also I'm level 1, so is there a way to sneak around? Shadowheart, do you have minor illusion? She doesn't have minor illusion. My character has minor illusion, so what I might want to do, okay wait, let me make sure my Raven is sneaking. And do these guys patrol? Okay, so wait a minute. Let's go turn-based mode and minor illusion over here. And let's see what effect that had on the enemy's sight cones. So this one is still looking over here, right? So maybe I quick save, then exit turn-based mode. And then, okay, and then hopefully turn-based mode will ready up again, or I can just, or that can just happen. I mean, I think I just, let me just get out of here. At least it didn't hit Shadowheart. Well, let's have my character just dash, and then get out of here. Using jump and go all the way over there. You know what I could technically do is, so just have Shadowheart be in combat. She's not far away enough from the enemies to flee, but I can have my character, so my Raven's in turn-based mode. So I'll have him dash and then fly over. Does flying break sneaking? I don't actually know. Okay, succeeding on both of those hiding checks. Do we get like a bonus for being small or whatever? Yeah, okay. So now let's, I guess, exit turn-based mode. And then I'll just have, like, my character basically go and recruit some other characters, so then maybe we can come back and beat this fight later. Also, we can pick up some crates and stuff, which will let us stack them up and get some high ground going. Let's send these to Shadowheart, I guess. Actually, no, wait. So I'd probably want to, yeah, let's send this to camp and send all the other, I guess, yeah, let's send both of these to Shadowheart. Sure. This trunk, I don't need to be sneaking anymore. Combat music's still going. The combat music in this game is interesting because, like, it'll keep going even when you're focused on a character that's not currently in combat. But then sometimes if you go from, like, outside of combat, if you have a character that's outside of combat and then you have them join a combat that's already in progress, sometimes the combat music won't start. It's weird. I don't think I'm close enough to get pulled into the fight, right? Anyway, so over here is where we meet Astarion, right? I think, so here's where the pig goes after gets scared off. And, jumping over here will result in death, right? Okay. I like how the raven's just, like, slow flying. Look at it slow fly. That's a sneaking animation. Is it sneaking right now, right? Yeah, it's hiding. So it's going slower than usual. But there's no, like, dedicated hiding animation for the raven, so it just flies kind of slow. Yeah, and if you unsneak, then it starts flapping its wings. Okay, here's Astarion.
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things called.
Ew. Oh, how's Astarion?
You can kill it, can't you?
Ew, darling. That's my Astarion impression. He just goes, oh, darling. Okay, I want you to stand up, feel capable. I'm not sure what my character's voice is going to be.
Well, not to worry.
Oh, no. Can Astarion kill you here? I'm going to try and maybe let Astarion kill me here. Also, let me use the dragon flame dice that are kind of ugly, but oh, I passed the check. I was kind of hoping that I'd, like, fail the check just to see what happens if you let Astarion beat you here.
I saw you on the ship. Strutting
So
out
once we get all our party members, probably I'm gonna, like, rush the dungeon at the start and
tentacle freaks.
try and pick up withers so I can start respecking my characters. I'm not sure how I'm gonna respec them,
I can...
but it's probably just, like, a good option to have.
You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes.
So I'm probably gonna be like
Busy streets. You try to hold
I'm probably gonna be respecking pretty frequently because I'm gonna need to
the fear.
probably tailor my approach pretty
What's that? What's going
specifically to the demands of each fight. It's the mind player's web connected us.
on? Of course.
Of course, darling.
Someone.
Oh.
And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Glad so.
Please, allow me to introduce myself.
I am Astarion.
I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
So this guy, this is, like, not this guy's actual accent at all, right? Because this guy played
A pleasure.
Heisenberg in whatever Resident Evil
Do
Village,
you know anything
who sounds very different. He was basically doing, like, a Nicolas Cage voice
Turn us into...
in Resident Evil 8 or whatever.
Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect?
So also Astarion's like 1 billion years old, right? And he's also of noble upbringing, so why would
If we can find an expert.
I imagine he'd know that the Mind Flayer parasite thing, how it works, right?
You know,
I don't know.
I was ready to go this alone, but maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know.
Yep.
All right. I accept. Lead on.
Okay, so we got Astarion now, and here we have, hold on, where is it? Where? Okay, wait a minute. I gotta rearrange stuff a little on my OBS because that's currently off the screen. Boom, there he is. Let me, there we go. I kind of like this one out of all the ones I've done. I'm kind of proud of it. Because I was figuring out how to do, like, how I wanted to do Astarion's hair and not have it take, you know, a billion years. And also still, like, make sense in whatever
Catch a break.
I'm doing. So, wait. So normally there's, like, a pig that shows up in that conversation. Is the pig still, like... Yeah, the pig's here. Scared boar. I can't... Maybe I wait until I speak with animals to interact there. Then what else can I do here? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't really care about getting experience, right? So, like, I don't need to really be doing everything. I just need to be basically... The only thing I care about is if there's items, you know, in whatever direction. That's where the Intellect Devourers are beating up on Shadowheart. I just loot the stuff over here. I think maybe the Mind Flayer, yeah, they have Void Bulbs and also Potion of Healing, so good to loot those. Let's get out of here. This is where you meet the Dying Mind Flayer.
A mind flayer. And it's hers.
You approach with compassion.
Let's,
Yes, you feel you should be whipped. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind.
I don't know if there's any, like... I don't know if there's any advantage or, like, reason to
Your mind's views.
do this. Like,
For something
this doesn't reveal any additional information, right? If you
calls back, it needs
succeed.
sustenance to survive, and with your very body, you can provide.
Natural 20, okay. And
The
then
monster lies exhausted, defeated.
let's just kill it so we can loot its stuff, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I haven't completed this game, so I don't know if this stuff... I don't know if this stuff lasts, matters later in the game. So Potion of Speed, that's good to have. I'm probably going to be using those pretty frequently just because, like, my characters all suck. So I'm going to need extra actions. Although my action... I won't be able to do a lot with those actions, so maybe another perspective is, like, it doesn't matter anyway. And then, anyway, let's go pick up Gale, and then maybe Lae'zel, I'm not sure. Hand axe, scimitar, and a thing. I guess let me have my main character double wield these, just to you know, have two weapons and also have benefit twice as much from dipping. Also, let me remind myself what weapons Astarion has. Just a dagger and a short bow, so kind of bad. Like padded armor. Right. So here's where we meet Gale.
It doesn't look
You are unable to approach the sigil on the stone.
A hand? Anyone?
Who are you?
Just your average traveler stuck between realms.
Alright, I have lots of strength, so let's yank him out of there.
Introduced.
Alright, so now we got Gale.
Hello. I'm
Hello.
Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
How does... What's Gale's voice? He goes like, ah, very good. Ah, with pleasure. That's how he goes, right?
But friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the North Lloyd as well.
Wait, so how did Gale... How does Gale know that?
I can only assume you too were on the
Right.
receiving end of a rather
Because
unwelcome
when did he see us?
No use sugarcoating it, is there? As a
Not gonna
control,
sugarcoat it.
it's no news to you that this parasite will soon turn us into mind flayers. An outcome I'd rather like to avoid. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
These tadpoles are beyond even my arcane knowledge. Yep.
We're most certainly going to need a
Gale, you say a lot of words.
Oh, it's an active
Okay, so we got Gale now. And wait, here he is. Just hair, like Jesus Christ face, and then purple. That's Gale. Alright. So we got our full party here, so... I don't know, do we like go rescue Shadowheart now, or should we also pick up Lae'zel? Now let's go rescue Shadowheart now, I suppose. So let me make sure. So Astarion just has, so I'm probably gonna sneak attack with Astarion. Gale has Mage Hand is a cantrip usable once per short rest. And he knows those spells. So probably gonna... So this is interesting. Mage Armor is interesting because it lasts until long rest, and Gale can restore his spell slots if you hit him in camp, because that'll make him use a heal that restores all spells. And if you use Mage Armor, if you have Gale cast Mage Armor and then have him wait in camp, then it will stay in effect just until long rest, as long as Gale, had Mage Armor on his bar when you asked him to wait in camp. So that's kind of... Oh, did I just click the level up button? That's fine, I can cancel this, right? Yeah, okay. Because right now my armor here is 10, my armor here is 10, so I should just go to camp now and cast Mage Armor on all my characters, and then hit Gale and have him get all his spell slots back. So let's do that. So now we're in camp. Let's take control of Gale. So I think the thing about the Mage Armor trick is Gale has to have it prepared at all times, or else it'll go away, I think. Is that how it works? I think. So let me just test this. So right now my character is Mage Armor, and if I unprepare it, they lose Mage Armor. Okay. So cast Mage Armor on you. Let's have Gale leave the party.
twinkle in your touch. You're a wizard, aren't you?
You're a wizard, yes.
You consider yourself particularly well read? The aid of someone learned would be of great use to me.
I think my character's has high well, my character does have high intelligence, but
Mistress Elbow. You truly are doomed.
I think my character is
Powerful
still stupid despite having high intelligence. I don't know.
wizards. Let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master.
Oh, so this is actually Gale quest stuff. Anyway, Gale, you're gonna have to leave the party.
I question the wisdom of that decision. I'll be here.
Now, see, the only thing about this is that if you have Gale leave the party, then, well, if you hit Gale, I should say, then I think it can decrease his, what's it called? Whatever, his affinity for you, or approval. Like, if you hit him too many times, but I seem to recall that his approval went down even when I hit him with characters that weren't my main character, which that doesn't really make sense, but whatever. So hold on. So let's punch Gale. Make him use the heal. There it is. And now, hold on. So let me check Astarion's approval. It's at...
How can I help?
Okay, join me, Gale. And let's check Astarion's approval, because I'm curious if his approval has gone down at all. So the approval is neutral. Approval here is neutral as well. So maybe it's only if you hit him multiple times, then his approval goes down. And let's cast down Astarion as well. Although if I de-equip the padded armor, then this happens. So let's have Astarion wears casual clothes. Do I have any other clothes for Astarion, so he doesn't have to that? So that doesn't have to be his state of dress.
So might as well.
Whatever.
These
So now we got mage armor on all my characters. That means Astarion's gonna have AC 16, so that's pretty tanky. Oh, I'm not controlling
For that progress.
my character.
How can I help? I question the
Stay
wisdom
in
of
camp.
Bobby here.
Take control of Astarion, have him go and hit Gale. Just gonna be kind of hard because now he has high AC due to mage armor. Let's have you punch Gale.
Really?
At last, when he's about to punch Gale.
Let's not get caught off guard.
I think Gale's probably going to be, because I'm not going to be able to hit level 3, which means I'm not going to be able to cast Warding Bond, unless I get like an item that lets me cast Warding Bond, which means I'm not going to be able to do the whole Gale Warding Bond trick, which you would know if you'd watched the Baldur's Gate breakdown, the video series presented on the Dismiss the Penitent YouTube channel. But I feel like I don't need to get Lae'zel for this fight. I feel like characters I have now are pretty well suited for. So wait, F3 swaps to
Let me hurt my
F4. Right. Okay.
to new horizons.
Playing on a different keyboard than I usually do. So let's figure out how we want to approach the Intellect Devourers. Probably from this side because that means we have high ground. And then, am I going to use any of my spells? Because, well, no, I should use Gale's spells, right? Because you can get all of them back anyway, so I should be using all of Gale's spells every single fight. Because, like, I feel like the resting resources are plentiful enough that you can basically do it between every fight, but still, I kind of want to maintain some semblance of, I guess, resource management mattering. So, put creatures into a magical slumber, select targets up to a combined 24 hit points. So, I can't sleep 2 of them at once currently, but, if I like damage one and then kill the other one, I can sleep both of them and then have all my characters go up and beat them to death. Also doesn't require a save or anything, so... are there any pre-combat buffs? I don't think so, so let me see. Let's have Astarion equip his bow. Dip. Dash. Turn-based mode. And now, where do I want him to be? Probably like, I feel like back here because then he can retreat and, oh, well, he has to go up here to have line of sight. So probably over here and then have him retreat back. Also, let's have my Raven sneak Astarion. I mean, this fight's going to be pretty easy, right? Probably kill whichever one has the lowest health and is also most likely to spot my characters. That's a one-shot. Nice. Now, okay, so this is kind of interesting because sneak attack ranged has a cooldown of 1 turn, and so does sneak attack melee. So that kind of encourages you, you know, if you're, I guess if you have multiple actions per turn, or if you're doing something like this with the turn-based mode ambush, it kind of encourages you to think about, you know, doing a sneak attack ranged and then doing a melee sneak attack within the same turn. Just kind of interesting. Anyway, let's go here. Oh, I should initiate with my Raven first, right? To set blind. Whoops, critical fail. Huh? Wait. Where was the sight cone? There was no sight... Huh? This is something that's kind of annoying to me about this game. Like, where was the sight cone? Because... Okay, so I guess this one was looking over here, and its sight cone was on the ground here, but for some reason the game just didn't show that for whatever reason. Like, is it just because I didn't have line of sight there? Or, no, wait, what? Because, okay, so there's one here, then there's one... But where is this one looking? Huh? Okay, anyway. I think I'm probably going to have my character initiate by throwing something. So let's go... Stack this here. I mean, I doubt it matters. This fight shouldn't be hard at all. I forgot I had Shadowheart wearing her little hat here. I kind of like that hat on Shadowheart. I think it suits her well. Stack this, stack this. And then might as well... I guess dip the melee weapons. I could also dip the crossbow. But now I have like cantrips, which I can use at range. And also like just spells. Now can I throw? I can. Hopefully this will actually proc crushing damage. Wait, what? Okay, so, okay, wait, throw. Then click on the intellect devourer in my inventory. Can I throw anything else? Like, I have an imp. Which weighs more between the imp and the devourer? Does this actually matters because crushing damage scales on weight? That's 15 kilograms. This is 20 kilograms, so I should throw the devourer. Devourer. Dog noises. Crushing damage, please. No. Because it's like a small creature, so it gets knocked back. Yeah, okay. And then Gale. Okay, see, now it's showing the sight cones there, so I don't know what was going on before. Let's have Gale just dash, turn-based mode, firebolt, make sure that this won't have him move at all. Firebolt you, crit, then Shadowheart. Let's have her go. Wait, she doesn't have any. Okay, she doesn't have any actions. And now, yeah, just have Astarion shoot another thing. No need to. Yeah, this fight's over. Pretty much. And then might as well have Astarion just retreat, just to be safe. Make sure that he's not in attacking range. I do think it's a little weird that in this game, they let you move after attacking, which isn't a thing you can like innately do in 5th edition. Which actually does matter quite a lot because it makes it a lot easier to like kite enemies, you know, hit enemies without getting hit yourself. So now Peck doesn't require like resting at all, which is usually like the summon abilities. Well, no, not even usually. That's not true. Beak attack. So this just does 3 damage, so this will kill. And it crit, but the damage doesn't depend on that anyway. I guess Firebolt. Do I have the range? I do. And yeah, both my other characters are gonna get to go after this, so I don't know why I even bothered like spending so much time thinking about this fight. I'm not even gonna have Gale cast sleep just because level 1 is hardcore gimping. Since D&D is balanced based on level progression, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, definitely. But like also I feel like a lot of people when they're talking about Baldur's Gate 3, they talk about it in terms of like, oh, you know, it's just Dungeons and Dragons, you know, the rules are just Dungeons and Dragons, it just works like D&D, but like, yeah, true, the rules are all based on D&D, but at the same time, like, it just works very differently from how D&D works just because it's a video game. So, I don't know. But, like, it's... How do I say this? Like, I feel like I see a lot of people talking about, like, things that are strong in this game in terms of, like, what was strong in just Dungeons and Dragons, whatever, 5th edition. Yeah, so I probably could have avoided taking damage there, but it's okay, I think. I could just bench Shadowheart, because Shadowheart's probably not going to be that useful of a combat unit anyway, because she's mostly reliant on spells. So, Shadowheart's mostly reliant on spells, and I don't know if I want to be resting that much. I mean, I probably can rest quite a bit, but, like... Okay, so here's a Rapier for Astarion. That's going to be a lot better than whatever he has currently. Probably on my character... So I think I probably want to equip the Goblin Scimitar and just the regular Scimitar, because the Hand Axe is a thrown weapon. So that'll let me throw stuff, and I have lots of strength, so that's good with throwing. Where's the Rapier? Send that to Astarion. So, and this will allow him to do... This will make it so his melee attacks are actually dangerous, so I can do the whole, you know, outside of combat, sneak range attack, then sneak melee attack. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is definitely like it's a really good adaptation, and it's made by very good developers. But at the same time, it's um I have I have a lot of interesting thoughts about how the adaptation has gone because um I don't know, like I don't know how much I want to say about, how do I put this? It's translating a game like Dungeons and Dragons to a digital medium is always kind of weird because I've always felt like the appeal of Dungeons and Dragons has never really been the mechanic. Well, so I feel like the mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons are very much designed with it being a tabletop game in mind, right? Because everything is based on dice rolls, and also there's a lot of things in place to kind of like limit the complexity and make it so you can actually like run and track everything in a tabletop form. But I feel like that doesn't necessarily translate very well to a long form single player or co-op game where you can save anywhere. Because I feel like a situation I run into a lot in Baldur's Gate 3 is, I'll be doing a fight, then I'll get really bad luck and my characters will take a few hits. And I'll be like, wow, I kind of feel like reloading a save right now because that's a thing that the game lets me do. Whereas in tabletop, I'd be like, oh, well, that's fine, but we can't go back, right? And also there'd be other people there who would be like, oh, you rolled kind of bad, but it's all right. And also the DM can kind of adapt things to make sure your party just doesn't get completely wiped. But oh, wait a minute. So I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue, so I guess because I'm a Gith Yankee, these guys are gonna attack me or whatever, so maybe I should have considered talking to him with another character. Let me have my Raven sneak far away from them just in case.
Need to keep focused.
Okay, so also another interesting thing is early video games are based off D&D, even the concept of the video game boss. Yeah, but I feel like so Dungeons and Dragons is a very high variance system, right? And I feel like variance has a place in, RPGs and strategy games, but so if you've ever played DOS2, DOS2 is a very low variance system. There's very few things in the game that RNG matters for. I feel like that's good because it's kind of designed in mind for every fight to sort of be a puzzle. And I feel like in this game they've kind of I feel like in this game they've kind of carried over DOS2's game structure where every fight is kind of designed with it being a puzzle in mind, but compared to DOS2, which has a very low variance system, Baldur's Gate 3 has a very high variance system. And I feel like it just leads to a lot less of a cleaner design. Oh, well, I failed that check. Also in DOS2, the fact that, healing outside of combat is very accessible. You can completely heal the full outside of combat, which makes it so, even if something really bad happens during the fight, you can just heal it all up anyway. Okay, so now we're in a fight, which is not preferable. Ow, I'm hamstrung. Ow. Okay, wait. Okay, shoot. So if my character gets downed... Oh, shoot. Okay, well, Shadowheart's... Okay, so... What I was worried about happening there is my character would get downed, then my character wouldn't get a turn, which means I wouldn't be able to wait on my character's turn to, like, stop the enemies from doing stuff while I could bring my other characters in. But thankfully, Shadowheart got pulled into combat in time, so we are good, maybe? I mean, I'm still fighting 2 level 2 enemies with one of my characters downed, and... Okay. D&D is always messy, yeah. I mean, but it's fun in tabletop Dungeons & Dragons when things get messy. in like video game Dungeons and Dragons, if things get messy, it's, I don't know, it's kind of just a little bit annoying, I find sometimes. I don't know. Just to be clear, I do like the game, but I do like Baldur's Gate 3, but I feel like it's just a lot less cleanly designed than DOS 2, if that makes sense. So let's, I guess, so dashing will not break sneaking here, right? So like probably want to do is I can like dash, then go turn-based mode, hopefully blind you, and then hopefully blind you as well. Stick a blind on both the enemies here. Nice. Alright, now, do I have any torches or anything else to make a surface? Because... So maybe, hold on. Let me go into my inventory search for a torch. Yeah, save scumming is always, like, it was an issue in DOS 2, like, in DOS 2 discussion, people are always like, oh, you save scummed, your victory's illegitimate or whatever, but I feel like that argument isn't like really that valid because DOS 2, like as I said, as I've been saying, very low variance, so if you save scum and try something different and it works, well, you could have done that thing that you tried differently the whole time, but if you save scum in Baldur's Gate 3 to get like different RNG numbers, then I feel like it's a distinct situation. I don't know. So both of these guys are blinded. Am I gonna bother like looking for a torch or something that I can put on the ground to like be a fire surface? Because I think if I go over here, then the goblin encounter at the gate to the Druid's Grove will start, and there's no way of like getting around that, right? I think. Or, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother making a fire surface. Maybe. Because I feel like I got Gale already who can put one of them to sleep. Yeah. One boss in Act 3. Okay, so, I've not actually, like, beaten the game. In fact, like, in my main playthrough, I'm still in Act 1, so, I don't, like, if it... Like, I don't know, okay, anyway. I don't know why I'm doing, like, a challenge run when I haven't even beaten the game the first time, but, I mean, well, I do know, because it's because I want to stream Baldur's Gate 3, but I also don't want to, like... I don't want to stream my own playthrough that's already in progress, so... Let's sneak attack. Ranged you, okay. Well, now I don't have my ranged sneak attack. I think here I've got to use Healing Word probably to get my character up. I don't have Healing Word prepared. Shoot. Well, in that case, I still want to get my character up regardless, so Shadowheart's action probably isn't that valuable. Do I have anything I can do as a bonus action? No, so I'm probably going to have Shadowheart, like, throw a healing potion just to heal my character. So let's do this. That should work. Yeah. I mean, so that was a full heal, nice. I mean, I'm not completely blind, like, I don't think I'm going to go past where I am in my, like, normal playthrough. Let's sneak attack melee you. Crit sneak attack, nice. Flourish. I'm gonna wait on using Flourish, maybe. I have my bonus action here, so I can... Bonus action. Bam, missed. Now, Gale. I could double sleep. Could do a little double sleep action, or I could just kill you and then sleep you, which is probably better, so let me dash. Then... So Thunderwave is, like... an AoE around Gale, right? Actually, wait, let me see. Do I have any spells that... Well, I have Witch Bolt. That's 1d12. I could just Firebolt, and that's like 1d10, but let me check what the turn order's like. So yeah, after all my characters go, the enemies are going to get to go. I'm not going to... So yes, let's Flourish. Maybe? Well, no. No, I'll just double sleep. I'll sleep you. And then 2 my hit points. Okay. I've never actually cast sleep before, so I didn't know how it worked. And sleep you. I like the sound effect. Just doom 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 doom, like a little it's a cartoon. Let's have you jump just because you don't have anything else to do with your bonus action. And then probably kill you, and then do I have anything else useful to do? My main character already used their bonus action to make a... Yeah, well... Okay, wait, so... Sleeping just lasts... Okay, so this lasts another round. Cannot move or act. Any attacks that hit the creature is a critical hit if the attacker's within 1.5 meters. And lasts 1 additional round, so... I think what's going to happen is if the next turn this character takes, they're going to wake up, and then I'm not going to get the free crit from them being sleeping, but maybe I'm going to have to forgo that just because, I don't know, just because I don't want them to get another attack. Although, you have a bow, and I don't think you have any like ranged attack or melee attacks, so probably I'm going to kill you, have all my other characters go in here and just block off any possible escape routes. So I guess let's go here, have Shadowheart. I want to hit him with like something big, right? To take advantage of the... So let's turn off dual wielding. I don't think I want to hit him with my Astarion sneak attack. Crit. You are asleep. How are you saying that? Then I probably want to sneak attack with Astarion. And that means I want to get another character within... Although I have advantage anyway because they're asleep, right? Yes, let's turn you inside out. Yes, I can't sneak attack and it's going to crit. And, yep. And now let's have my Raven go next and stick blind, hopefully. That is not how that transpired. Ignis, critical miss. Is it better to go melee, or it's better to hit you with a ranged attack? Or is it better to firebolt you? I don't know, crossbow? Miss? What a game Baldur's Gate 3 is, huh? And on the final battle in balanced difficulty. Huh. War Cleric, Bard, Valor... Yeah, I do not have a lot of experience with, like, how, like, character building works in Dungeons & Dragons. Like, I don't know what the strong builds are. I've never put, like... Like, I played Dungeons & Dragons before, and at one point in my life, I was really into character building, and I was thinking, you know, I'd do, like, a... I kept trying to figure out ways of making, like, a cool monk build. I was really into playing monks. Just because I liked, you know, being able to roll lots of dice and do lots of attacks, but eventually kind of fell off that. Could use Astarion to flourish here, but no, I'll just pass with everyone and hope that this enemy misses. Oh, they have a rapier or whatever that is, but yep. Oh, I misclicked on my character. Nice. So let's click up here now. Alright, I murdered both of them. Yeah, pair, leather armor, which I'm not going to use because I'm using mage armor. I guess I should have also cast mage armor on. So a dagger. It's probably better to have Astarion just be like single wielding because also... So wait a minute, so... If I equip Gale with the shield... Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I just hit the short rest button. How did I do that? And my latest save is all... God. I'll just roll with it. And I'll title the save Short Rest Streamer. Wait a minute. How did I just short rest? Keybinds. What's the short rest shortcut? Enter turn base short rest. Why? Why is that? I feel like I don't want that to be bound to a key that I can just hit, because that's like a something you want to do at a specific time, and you don't just want to do, you know, on a whim, right? Anyway, let's free. So Astarion's cantrip is, from being a high elf, is Firebolt, which is maybe not the best thing to have because, you know, he's...
The tadpole hasn't, but the long you will join me.
Alright, here's Lae'zel.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as
Locating a creche will be wise indeed.
The horned ones mentioned a camp. This means a creche is near.
Let us seek a creche.
Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Wait at my camp.
Very well. But he
Gale approves, Shadowheart disapproves.
The horned ones
I am
mentioned a
Melania,
camp.
Blade of
One
Mikkel.
there
Okay.
is Zoru has seen Githyank.
A creche must be near. I must interrogate this story. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
Alright, y'all want to see my little Lae'zel drawing? Alright, hold on. Where's Lae'zel? Small Lae'zel.png. Boom. You know, let's put you in the back because you're in camp. Let's put you up here. With your little angry face over in camp. Alright. I'm gonna be even more blind because I don't have any build in mind. What build? I'm level 1. What build am I going to... Oh, it's much more gear based. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, gear matters a lot, so... Yeah. Although, again, I don't know if you can really make, like, comparisons to the tabletop game, because the way the tabletop game plays depends a lot on, you know, what kind of DM you have. Also, so what's... Over here is the goblin encounter, and then there's no way to avoid it, right? Like, it seems like all roads lead to the goblin encounter. Yeah. But can I sneak, like... So let me remind myself, is there anything, like, around here? Is there another way I can get into the Druid Grove? Because I want to get into the Druid Grove pretty early because there's, you know, probably some good equipment in there. There's, like, a merchant that sells equipment and stuff. Like, the Gloves of Missile Snaring. Like, I believe all the equipment you see in shops in this game is deterministic. I don't know if anybody can confirm or deny that. Also, hang on a minute. So let me probably go to camp and have Gale cast Mage Armor on Shadowheart as well, because her armor is... What's it called? No, it's 13, so there's no point having Gale cast Mage Armor there. So now I probably want to go and get Withers, because I think the fight that you get Withers from is going to be probably pretty easy. I think there's also torches in that area. So let's leave camp and go get Withers. Because, and the reason I want to get Withers is because then I can have Gale respec to get Longstrider, which is going to let me cast Longstrider on all my characters. So, hang on. Should probably go over here and avoid the encounter with the people up top. And just have Astarion pick the lock here. Because I do have Thieves' Tools, I think. If I recall. Yeah, Withers is nice. Although, oh, DC 20? Jeez. I mean, I got 8 to 1. But I only have 1 Thieves' Tools. That's a really high DC. Huh. So let me see. Is there... And the door up top is also locked, I think? Or no, because, like, some people come out, like, when you try to open the door, they're like, "Oh, you out there, you need a..." And then you gotta pass a persuasion check or whatever to get in there. But then also if I enter that way, there's, like, another group of people. So I think... I might save scum this. Breaking into chapel. I might save scum for this. Because I feel like getting Withers here is gonna be like a really huge power boost because I can respec and yeah. Let's add bonus from guidance. Nope. Alright, do we reload a save? Wait, I have multiple thieves still? Huh? I guess I'll try again, sure. 9. Alright, so I gotta hit a 4 on guidance here, right? Or, yeah. I'm gonna save scum. I'm gonna save scum this. I'm gonna try not to, generally, but like in situations where, you know, there's no other way of getting to do the thing that I want to do and that thing represents a really big power boost that's not really possible to get in any other way, then I think it's reasonable. Also, I think like it's not going to be possible for me to get more thieves tools without having to do more fights, I think, and yeah. So let's think about how we're going to do the fight with the entombed scholars, because I think if you have a character, well, I guess when we get to the actual arena itself, like, we'll be able to see, you know, what it looks like. But basically, if I recall correctly, there's like a button at the back, and when you hit the button, all the scholars wake up and go blah, and then you gotta fight them. But I think if I recall, like, if you have a like the character that hit the button sneak pretty much immediately, then the scholars can't really get to them. All right, so now navigating all my characters around these traps is going to be kind of annoying.
I like it. Homely.
Because, so is it going to be like, because I know in like The Last of Us or whatever,
A trap.
like I saw a clip of like The Last of Us where your companions in that game don't ever trigger traps. So I saw there was one clip of Ellie or whatever just walking right through a tripwire and getting blown up. This game, you often win the battle or get TPK'd. I don't know, that maybe sounds like a... I mean, that's not really been my experience, but I don't know, maybe we just play the game differently? Or, I don't know. Okay, so there's a torch. This is actually really important because what makes torches good is... Okay, so you can... Oh wait, Astarion had a torch the entire time? Wait. Oh, Astarion had a torch the entire time. Oh, pff. So I probably should have, like, taken advantage of that. But basically, okay, so if you take out a torch, then now it'll be lit on fire, and so now if we mouse over it, it says 1d4 bludgeoning plus fire damage, and it's burning. And now if you put it on the ground, you can, like, dip your weapons in it. And what's important about that is that putting it on the ground is a free action. And also you can, like, you know, pick it up and send it to another character and have them also put it on the ground and then dip their weapon in it as a free action. Or no, did Astarion even have a torch? Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is if you have like one torch anywhere in your character's inventories, then it basically just becomes like a fire surface that you can pass around to all your characters. I'm gonna turn my brightness up. Yeah, because where's the brightness? Well, the monitor I'm playing on is kind of dark. If I can find the brightness setting. Yeah, so like basically everything you can do with items in this game, like picking them up, dropping them, transferring them to another character's inventory, moving them around, all that stuff is a free action. Like, it doesn't cost any kind of combat resources at all, so that kind of stuff is pretty powerful in general. So let's have all my characters sneak. And so I believe that also opening doors is a free action in combat. So I think what I'm going to do is chain my characters like this, and then...
Ready. Unseen.
So equipping any item, I believe, costs an action, and unequipping anything is free. Which is kind of how it worked in DOS 2 as well. Equipping anything cost 1 AP, and de-equipping anything was a free action. So, wait, where's the thing I want? Blessing of the Trickster, right? Advantage on stealth checks. Let's give that to Astarion. And what I'm probably going to have Astarion do is be the one that hits the button, and then I'm going to have the rest of my characters be back here behind this door. Because, you can open doors if you have enough I don't think it requires movement. Anyway, I have a pretty good chance of succeeding here. Actually, let's test this out right now because... So I think that like interacting with most things in combat doesn't cost movement, but you can only interact with them from a certain spot. So unless you're in the exact right spot, then it will cost movement because you have to like move to the right spot first. But anyway, so I'm hovering over the door right now and it doesn't seem to be using any of my movement. And I can open it and it didn't cost any movement. Didn't cost my action or bonus action either. And can I close it from the same spot? I can. So basically, because most of the enemies in this fight use ranged attacks, I was thinking what would probably be a good thing to do is also this door blocks attacks. I believe that all doors in this game block like line of sight of attacks. So I'm thinking what I'm probably going to do is have some characters back here, open up the doors, shoot the enemies, and then retreat back behind the doors, close them. Yeah. Well, it rarely comes up, but I mean, if you want it to, then you can have it matter more because, like, well, as I just showed, there's, you know, some tricky stuff you can do with doors if you really want to. So I feel like if you really want to exploit it, then, you know, you can. And that can be a thing that you do. So I don't need to... Can I move any of these around?
Scribes with swords. So much for the kill being mighty.
Also, if there's any chairs that or benches or anything else I can sit on that I can move around here, then that also matters. Which, well, I guess I've spoiled the video I'm working on right now, but there's a trick that you can do involving stuff you can sit down on that maybe I'll get to show off here. Starry and Lost Condition Guidance. Oh yeah, so let me make sure to get the spells I actually want here. I don't know if I'm gonna bother... actually, so enemies, so hold on. So these enemies are undead, so what are their resistances looking like? Bludgeoning, so they're vulnerable to bludgeoning. I don't think that radiant and necrotic matters at all, really, right? So hold on. Shield of Faith, protection from evil and good. Again, I don't know how much I'm going to be resting, but I guess I'll go pro evil and good. Command, I guess. I don't think I need to bless. Shield of Faith, maybe in healing word, just, you know, in case I need to heal someone in a pinch as a bonus action. And, oh wait, because I cast Guidance on Astarion, now I don't have Blessing of the Trickster anymore. Does that matter? Because that's going to make it, like, easier for him to avoid getting spotted, but I think I'm probably going to kind of have him hide in a corner, so it's going to be hard for him to get spotted anyway. So...
My faith will guide me.
Let's Blessing of the Trickster on you.
Unnoticed. Good.
Close the doors. And then just, Also, wait, so I can't reposition these at all. Wait, can I reposition them before? So, too heavy to throw. Shove, can't shove them. They're probably too heavy for any... No, they're all 20 kilograms. That's interesting. So, I don't know if I'm going to bother doing this, you know, on my first attempt of this fight, but what I could technically do is, like, throw all the scribes so that when they wake up, all my characters are, like, right in the middle of them, and we'll be able to just gang up on them and beat them to death. Oh, pff. Okay, that... I guess that happens. So I guess we're not doing that. I guess I just kind of like quick fire reload save there. Maybe I don't know. I should have played that out, but yeah, I'm reloading because I'm collecting information right now about how the fight works. That's the stage I'm at currently. Also, hold on. So, how's darkness work? Because, so if my characters are in lightly obscured, because, so I think they have to be heavily obscured to get to impose what's it called, disadvantage, right? Because if a target's heavily obscured, then attacks against them have disadvantage, I think. Is that how it works? Oh, my save was before I passed the check. Darkness blinds you. Okay. Well, see, that's kind of interesting because, so standing in an area that's dark is a disadvantage for you when you're attacking, right? But I think if you're in darkness, then enemies get disadvantage on attack rolls against you. So it's an advantage if you're standing in darkness if you're attacking, but it's a disadvantage if... Sorry, other way around. It's a disadvantage if you're attacking, it's an advantage if you're getting attacked. So that's kind of interesting because what you could do is like... Where's my torch? Whenever you need to make an attack, you could put a torch on the ground so you can, like, see, and then pick it back up when the enemies are about to attack you. I don't know. I don't know if that's how that works, but that's maybe an idea. Oh, magical darkness as in the spell. But I'm talking about, like, so see how right now I'm lightly obscured? I'm talking about, like, if I'm in an area where I'm heavily obscured.
Quick step.
Anyway,
Knives with swords. Same up Jurgle. This must be ancient.
juggle.
No one worships the final scribe anymore.
So what I might do is like block off this area with objects to maybe stop them from getting to Astarion, and then maybe I'll have Astarion sneak over here. Though, so where are all of the scholars? So there's one here, sorry, the scribes, or whatever they're called. I mean, I think I'll just like try and start the fight and then see what happens. But I probably do want to send barrels over to Astarion so he can block off basically this area kind of forms a choke point, so I can have Astarion block this off to stop the enemies from getting to him maybe. And like all enemies in this game can jump, right? I don't know if there's enemies that can't jump. Also, I think I might as well have Astarion dash, then go turn-based mode, and I might as well have him also dip his weapon, I guess. Like, just to make sure I'm maximizing all my pre-combat value and all that. I still have him dip his bow. Also because dipping doesn't break stealth, so devious. Regular environmental darkness usually just gives disadvantage to attackers inside, and you might need the right range of dark vision. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it works. Okay.
Oh, hells. Something just woke up.
Okay, wait, so we're not in combat yet. And we're in turn-based mode, but the enemies are still moving around? Wait, why are they moving around when I'm in turn-based mode? Okay, so Astarion was far enough away that I didn't get pulled into combat, so... Hang on, can I just have him...
Dost thou think to rush fate? See to the dead.
Oh, so we have to do the encounter. Here's the Speak with Dead amulet. Here's an arrow of lightning. Maybe I'll end up using that, I don't know. Alright, so let's think about how to approach this. So I guess now I could just have Astarion go back and be with where all my other characters are. But maybe I want to have, like, someone over here. Just so I can, like... Okay, wait. So there's Entombed Scribe over here, Entombed Scribe over there. Then there's, like, an Entombed Warrior there. Okay. So, how do I want to initiate this? Also, wait, I should restore Gale's spell slots. So let me do that first. Whoops.
Maybe I should stay crouched forever.
I mean, I know I'm probably taking, like, a lot of time to set up before fights, but I feel like I have to do that, right? This comes with the territory of doing a
I question the wisdom
level 1 challenge run. Also, would Lae'zel be better suited for this fight? I think I'll bench Shadowheart, bring in Lae'zel, maybe? Well, I'm primarily going to be using ranged attacks, but Lae'zel just seems like a better combat unit. I don't know.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes.
We should journey separately for now.
Fine.
I might have a word.
Also, I have Lae'zel dual wielding.
Chatter. It is done.
What's it called? Whatever she's dual wielding. double hand axes. I guess I'll change that to a scimitar and a hand axe just so she can throw that. Also, she has a short bow. And this stuff from the Nautiloid ship. Imp. Some imps, some Nautiloid tanks. Okay. And then let's have you. I guess let's have Lae'zel. I'm kind of worried that Gale will like get mad at me even though Lae'zel's the one hitting him. I don't know, maybe that's a thing. Hit Gale. So now he has his spell slots back.
How can I help? With
Although the enemies are weak to bludgeoning, so maybe Shadowheart's Mace would be good, but it's not like, I don't know. Yeah. Also, like, this is, what you're seeing now is basically, like, how I play DOS2 as well. Even when I'm not doing, like, some kind of crazy challenge. Like, this is just how I play games. So how am I gonna initiate?
can't see a thing from down here.
Maybe I should stay crouched forever.
Let me see. So I guess... well, it doesn't really matter that much who I initiate with, but I probably want to bring Astarion, like, over to where my other characters are, just so I can have, you know, all 4 of my characters grouped up and, like, be hiding down by the door and all that. The only problem is, like, the Entombed Warriors, right? Because those guys are going to be pretty tough because they're, you know, going to have lots of health and also probably... Alright, anyway. Alright, I need to equip my rapier. Let's have you sneak. Open the doors. Don't notice anything. You see nothing. You see nothing. Okay, get all my characters. Let's have all my characters step back like a fair distance.
I'm just waiting.
Drop a torch. Make sure... My raven is hiding, right? It's hard to tell. Okay.
Let's have some fun.
Dip. I'm going to be using ranged attacks primarily, so I don't think there's much reason to... See... Okay, wait, no, I should have exited turn base. So what I should do here... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever. Because I haven't tested if there's time to, like, dip, then dash, turn-based mode, and then dip your other weapon, like melee or ranged, before the timer of your first dip runs out. I don't know if you can tell what I'm saying. I'm kind of just saying words. Dash, turn-based mode, dip the bow. I still hear them walking around. Are they still moving when I'm in turn-based mode? Because they're not supposed to do that. Like, that's how turn-based exploration mode works. Okay, no, they are paused in time. Hello? Why? Okay, excuse me. Maybe if I move a little bit? No. Hello? Okay, that worked. I don't know, the punch that hit starter is often the same punch with the element. Yeah, that's true, I think. Maybe from back here, although I think I'd like to probably kill the Entombed Warriors first, but I think there's 2 Entombed Warriors and there's just one over there. I don't remember. I don't remember how this fight works. So let's go here. Is this a good spot? Ready to start bone fight. Yep, let's go for it. Boom, surprised. Alright, Entombed Warrior back there, Entombed Scribe. Oh, so I guess there just only is one Entombed Warrior. Okay. Now let's, let me initiate with all my other characters as well. So it seems like the sight cones are such that I'm not going to be able to get any of my characters into melee range, but that's probably fine. But that's, well, that's a little annoying specifically for my Raven. Yeah, I also played the game in early access. I think I played the early access for like 40 hours. I don't think I even got halfway through. And, well, I don't think, like, when the early access was just Act 1, right? So I don't think I even got halfway through Act 1, which is because I was just, like, messing around and doing all kinds of stuff. Basically what you're seeing now, like, I was just messing around trying to see if I could, like, maximize, you know, all the stuff I was doing. And, oh, so let's dip here. Then dash, turn-based, dip here. I guess my crossbow is going to be dealing more damage than just my firebolt cantrip or whatever. Although maybe not because I don't have a lot of dex. Although this doesn't scale with... Okay. Can I hit without entering a sight cone? So maybe if I gotta like aim for a specific spot on this guy's body to make sure that I don't enter any sight cones. Will that work? I don't know. I guess I'll make a quick save here just to be safe. That seems to work. Nice. Low roll on the damage, but maybe that's okay. And I can retreat back behind the door from where I'm standing. That's good. Now let's have Lae'zel go in, do the same thing, you know, dip both your weapons. Although, probably have Lae'zel stand where my character is standing. So, let's shoot one of these. So what's the damage here on my crossbow? 2 to 12. And Astarion does more damage with his short, probably 5 to 13, but... Does Astarion... Will Astarion be able to get back behind the doors from here? So I guess I should have had Astarion like go all the way up. Okay, so good. Astarion killed that one. Let's have you shoot. That's this one. Miss. Alright, now go back. That's Lae'zel. Might as well dip everything as well on Lae'zel. Dip. Dash. Bow. Dip. And from here I should be able to shoot you. Yep. Low roll on the damage again. Let's shoot you again. That killed. And now we just retreat, right? I guess I technically have an offhand attack with my bonus weapon, but or bonus action, but maybe I should have considered having Shadowheart send her shield over to Gale. Although if you have a shield equipped on like a spellcaster, then can they still do like spell stuff just as good? That's something I haven't tested, but I imagine would. Okay, yeah, so now that that one's dead, not gonna bother having Gale, not gonna bother having Gale, what's it called, dip his weapon because he's gonna be using cantrips anyway. I could... So, hold on, maybe I want to stick a Witch Bolt on the Entombed Warrior, because... Hang on, so... I read the 5e Player's Handbook entry on Witch Bolt because I wanted to figure out how it works, and apparently in the Player's Handbook it says you need to maintain line of sight, but something makes me think that maybe that's not the case in this game, because, I don't know, it just... Based on what I've seen, it seems like not a thing that they would try to bother doing. Okay, so I can't hit like that, so maybe I want to stack some barrel or crates on the ground, rather. Gale has some crates in his inventory, so maybe let's stack these up to get a bit of a height advantage so I can stick Witch Bolt on this enemy. Also, I don't know if any of you just heard that, but when the song ended just there, it like... There was like a little like stutter as the song ended there. Like that combat song in particular, I think it's like it's like improperly looped or whatever. Like, something's wrong about the ending. And I don't know if that's because it's just recorded that way or if it's, like, actually, you know, a mistake. Oh, I need to turn-based. Let's stick a Witch Bolt on you. Hopefully this will work. 88% chance. Critical hit. And now... activate Witch Bolt. This requires an action. If not activate each turn, the arc dissipates and the spell ends 30 meters. Oh, so you just need to be within 30 meters? But, oh, but that's a little bit of an issue though, right? Because it's going to be hard to keep Gale within 30 meters. Like, how long is 30 meters? So that's 10 meters. So, yeah, that's quite a... Witch Bolt might fall off, although even if, like, I just get one more activation off of Witch Bolt, I think it's probably done its job. So let's have my characters retreat back here to prepare to close the door. Also, I guess I'll have my Raven... Although, but if I send my Raven out there, then my Raven can only attack at melee range, so if I send my Raven out, then... Can my Raven close the door? No, it can't. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Although, I don't remember in DOS2... In DOS2, I know that Incarnates could close doors. I don't remember if other types of summons could as well. Like if the Black Cat could close doors. The Black Cat could move items. I know that was a thing that you can do. This seems okay. I guess I'll just pass with all my characters. The enemies are all surprised, so they can't do anything. I guess I'll activate Witch Bolt. Three. That's not a lot. 3 is arguably a small damage number. So something interesting that I could do as well is... So I'm going to make a save here. Well, no, because what I was thinking is, like, I'd have Gale go down here and then on the... No, that idea that I had just didn't make any sense. So I'll have Gale go down here, and then... So, I need to be within 30 meters to activate Witch Bolt, but will still stay on if I, like, leave that range.
Let's give this a try.
Oh, now I don't have enough movement to make it through the doors, maybe? Oh no, I kind of do. I should have jumped. Oh, well, hopefully it doesn't matter. Okay, but see now here... Oh, I should have stayed there because, I should have stayed out there because the enemies were all surprised. Huh. So I guess I don't have enough movement to, like, go out there and hit the enemies and all that. So I guess what I'll do here is I'll just shove Gale back here to make sure he's out of harm's way. And then I'll, like, let the enemies come to me. Yeah, let's shove Gale back there. So it seems like Witch Bolt... The Witch Bolt effect is persisting even though the enemy's really far away, but I won't be able to activate it, huh?
Another fight. Let's go.
And then my torch is still on the ground out there. Technically, it would have been better to pick up the torch so I can, like, re-dip. Actually, you know what? I'll do that now. I'll do that with my character. I'll open the door. Then I'll go pick up the torch. My character has a lot of strength, so they'll be able to jump pretty far, so they'll probably be able to grab the torch wherever it is, move it over here, pick up, and then I'll be able to, like, re-dip my weapons when I need to later on, while still hiding behind the door. Pass, pass, pass. Even though we can't, like, our characters aren't supposed to be able to see what's going on behind the door because there's, like, fog of war, like, the Witch Bolt still indicates where the enemy is, and so does the camera, which is kind of funny. The camera and, like, the dash, like, tooltip popping up over the enemy's head still tells you where they are. If not, activate each turn. So obviously this turn, I guess I'm just, activating Witch Bolt. Did that do anything? I don't know. I don't know if that did anything, because I think if the enemy's, like, out of range, then maybe it doesn't tell you. Anyway, let's just pass. Now here, I guess I go crack open the door. My weapon is not dipped, so... Oh, my Raven just lost hiding. I guess that's okay. Now, what I might actually do on this turn... Okay, so hang on. Let me put the torch on the ground. What I might actually do on this turn is just have Lae'zel... Why can I not put the torch on the ground? What I might do this turn is just have Lae'zel go over here and push the enemy away to make sure that they can't, like... they can't get to the door with just their first movement action. They'll have to, like, dash in order to get to the door. So... But I'd have to have Lae'zel dash in order to be able to do that, but I think maybe that's still worth it. Also, if I have Lae'zel dash out here, like up next to the Entombed Scribe, that'll give advantage for Astarion to sneak attack, which will maybe allow me to kill the enemy anyway. So let's have Lae'zel dash. And then I guess what I'll do is have Astarion do his little ranged sneak attack. And then I could have Lae'zel hit with an offhand attack here and maybe have a chance of killing and not even need to do the whole dash thing. Or shove thing, rather. So I guess what I'll probably do is... I'll have my character hit with a crossbow shot, and then... If it kills, then... Or if it puts the enemy to low enough... Well, that just killed, so I didn't need to have Lae'zel do her thing anyway. That's fine. Close the doors. I don't think there's anything really useful to do with bonus action, although I guess technically it's correct to still dip. It's especially correct to dip on Lae'zel because her bonus action actually matters. Yep, the enemy doesn't pick up weapons that you drop. That makes sense. That seems like a hard thing to make the enemy do. I don't know. I guess let's dip melee weapons. I don't really know. I doubt it matters. This fight's probably not going to be too difficult from this point on. Entombed Warrior, dash to get closer. I'm probably going to crack open the door, hit the Entombed Scribe or whatever. Okay. Oh, Witch Bolt. So I guess Witch Bolt just fell off, so that probably indicates that I was too far away to activate it, and the activation didn't even do anything. Okay, so Gale's spell slots can just come back, so it's probably good to just have him do this. I guess let's sleep you. Can't target undead, I guess that makes sense. Thunderwave would hit both of my characters as well, but maybe... Actually, so let's go here and Thunderwave. Boom. Didn't damage the door at all. Let's have Gale pass. Now all my characters get to go. So I feel like the warrior will probably have to like dash to get to me, right? So who has the weakest ranged attack? That's Lae'zel. Shoot there. And then my other characters all shoot. Why is my bow no longer dipped? I don't know. And then have all my other characters, you know, maintain their distance. Make sure that the warrior can't hit me this turn unless it dashes. Also, I don't know if the warrior has any ranged attacks, but if it does, then it probably won't bother using it because it'll see that the door is in the way. I don't know if the door like affects how the enemy decides what to do at all, but yeah. Okay, so it dashed. That's a good sign. That means it's not going to bother attacking this turn, and now I can just have Gale. Is that... Gale isn't even in opportunity attack range, it seems. Like, it's not showing that Gale's going to get opportunity attacked. I'm, like, quick saving a lot, I know. Although it's vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, but no. My cantrips are just more likely to hit. So let's... Ignis. Critical miss. Might as well have Gale jump. Might as well jump. And then I feel like if I just have Lae'zel, you know, shove, then the enemy is going to be too far away to hit me, even if it doesn't die. Turn off dual wielding. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So have Astarion do a sneak attack melee. Let's have him dip his melee first. I guess I could stick a blind, but are undead immune to blind? like, they don't have eyes, right? They just have sockets. So well, it missed anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we will never know. Alright, good. Yeah, so I guess that's a little flawless entombed fight. There's a very high chance I spent way too much time thinking about that, but I think that's probably gonna be the attract point of this stream, is I'm gonna spend way too long thinking about a fight and I'm gonna flawless it, and yeah. As we loot all this, probably marginally better to have Lae'zel have Scimitar in her offhand so that she can have a hand axe, another hand axe for throwing. Also maybe another hand axe for mage hands to throw. Actually, does anybody know if, like, when a mage hand throws, like, a thrown weapon, does it deal, like, reduced damage? Because, or does it do, like, the full weapon damage? Because I know that when a mage hand throws, like, a non-weapon object, I'm pretty sure it does reduced damage. Like, it does 1 damage instead of 1d4. Lae'zel is encumbered. I guess I don't think I need the cartilaginous chest anymore. Let's send that to camp. And then let's just loot these guys and then go and grab withers. I'm gonna use a torch for its intended purpose and make the area around me brighter, because for whatever reason, like, my monitor is just really dark. And I don't know, like, why. Like, there's no option on... Well, no, there is an option on my monitor to adjust brightness, but it always says that the brightness is at the maximum, but there's also, like, an auto, like, configure setting, and when I hit that, the screen is, like, briefly, like, much brighter, which indicates that the screen is capable of being brighter than it currently is, but it just won't let me adjust it to be any brighter. I don't know. That's kind of annoying. Also, okay, so I'm getting a lot of scrolls, that's going to be quite relevant and useful. Scrolls are going to be very... so hold on. I should probably sort of get a inventory of what kind of scrolls I have. So I have a scroll of Burning Hands and a scroll of Pro, Evil, and Good. So yes, what I'll do is whenever I'm doing an encounter, I'll first try it without spending any spell slots other than Gales and, you know, consumables and all that kind of stuff. And then and then if that doesn't work, then I'll, you know, slowly I'll do more attempts of the fight and try to, you know, use some of my consumable items and all that. Alright, nothing there. And withers, come on out. Never used Mage Hand defensively. Yeah, well, I mean, it has... it has an attack, and it can throw things, and it can also shove things, so, like, it is quite useful in combat. I think there definitely is a reason why they gate it behind a short rest. Like, you need to do a short rest in between every time you use Mage Hand. So here's withers. It, like, basically just feign 2. We found him.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me. What a curious way.
Also, like, withers, I think there's, like, obviously something going on with him, so please don't, like, spoil what that is for me.
What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
So my character's a Gith, and I kind of want to do an evil run, so maybe...
Wilt thou answer my question?
I'm not going to attack. Sure.
So I ask again.
The only life that matters is mine. So I feel like my character has, like, an urchin background, and also I'm doing, like, a level 1 thing, so I'm gonna have to be, you know, full pragmatic, full selfish mode.
Perhaps that is not so far from the truth.
If I want to have a chance of survival. I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face.
So now we get hirelings.
Never again at the proper time.
I don't know if I'm gonna, like, bother using those.
Farewell.
Although, hiring hirelings is kind of free, because I think hiring them costs 100 gold, and they all come with 100 gold in their inventory, so it is basically free to hire them, I think. So I might as well. You also might as well just explore the rest of this area. Maybe I'll go back into that like other area behind there and do some more exploring. Okay, so we have a torch now. We have withers, so we can respec and give Gale Longstrider. So that's like two things that we've done that have pretty drastically increased our power level. Although I don't know how much Longstrider matters. It probably matters quite a bit. Because like just I think movement's going to be probably very important in this run, just because movement is going to be a good way of making sure we're never in attack range. So let's loot the rest of this place. I don't remember that area over there having much of anything of worth. I guess we can have Gale do all of the scouting because he can fully heal himself in between fights. So, or is Gale not going to be strong enough to open these? I don't remember. Oh, so there is actual stuff in here. So ring mail, what armor does... I think Lae'zel's starting armor is 15 AC. Yep. Half plate.
Trap. This place is more dangerous than I thought. New horizons.
Because I feel like... So something that's kind of weird about this game is... So obviously there's traps, right? You know, oh, if you step on the trap, you blow up and die. But also, whenever you're walking by a trap, it rolls perception, and the game tells you that you rolled perception, like regardless of whether you succeeded or failed. So if you're walking through an area and you see perception check failed, then you're like, oh, well, I know there's a trap there anyway. Like, it doesn't really tell you the nature of the trap, I guess, but there's a soul coin, so it was good to... Curiouser and Curiouser. Also, Lae'zel has a great weapon fighting feat. Whenever you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack with a two-handed melee weapon, that die is re-rolled once. So I feel like... I don't know, has anybody done the math on this? Because I feel like that probably means that this is really good if you're wielding like a 2d6 weapon and not as good if you're wielding a 1d12 weapon? I don't know, maybe somebody can do the math on like your expected damage based on what kind of weapon you're wielding with that. Do we want to go back here and do like the other stuff in this area? Wait, is there any worthwhile loot over here? I cannot see a thing. Bloody. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother doing that stuff right now. So let's just go to camp. Let's talk to Withers, and I don't know, let's figure out, I don't know if we want to get any hirelings or respec anybody at all. Okay.
Action, not reaction.
So where's Withers? So first off, I think what I probably want to do is respec Gale and pick some new spells. Also, I think I probably want to dump Gale's charisma and wisdom. So... Can't remember how good the loot is, but there's a good tomb in the spear. Oh, right, the Watcher's Guide, or whatever it's called. So that actually is going to be good, because it's like a thing you can throw, and then if your throw misses, then you get advantage on the target from True Strike. Oh, I didn't mean to have all my characters go back. Wait, so where is the spear? Do you remember? Oh, here. It's probably here. Also, let me pick up the book, because books are, like, pretty valuable. No, there's more scrolls of protection from evil and good. Where's the spear? The room with the traps, right? Yeah, I do remember that. The Watcher's Guide is in this area. It was in probably the one sarcophagus I didn't loot, right? Or maybe it's here? No, it's in here probably, but I need to disarm the trap. Although, how deadly is this trap? Because maybe I just have Gale. Like if I have him crack this open, then will the trap trigger? But then does that mean it's disarmed? Although, so is it going to let me disarm? Yeah, so it's going to let me open it even though I know there's a trap there. Let's go for it.
Better be careful not to trigger that thing.
Okay, so now I can... Okay. Nice trap, dungeon designer. I'm just gonna go over here now because I have access to turn-based mode. Yeah, Except the room's gonna blow up, except I am now over here because I have the power to stop time. I don't think that whoever designed this dungeon accounted for
Charmed, I'm sure.
my ability to stop time in its tracks, utilizing turn-based mode. So now let's respec Gale to pick some new spells.
I can. For when be assured, it is not by choice.
What kind of services can you offer?
Should thou or any of thy
So you
companions
can...
perish, I will cleave soul to body.
I don't think Wither's actually... I don't think he's actually ugly. I mean, he has a cool design.
Indeed,
Wait, what did I just click?
fate,
Oh, no.
although thou
I'm not
dost
paying
not
attention to
stand in
dialogue.
need of my services.
Can you help me change my class? So let's see. Did I already loot the items? Like what items? Like the from the sarcophagus or whatever? Yeah, I did. So I'm looking for... Okay, so... Maybe I want to spec Gale out of Wizard because the thing about having him be a wizard is... The good thing about having him be a wizard is I can get these like long rest spell effects that I can get these spells that last until long rest and I can refresh his spell slots, but I could also just have a character in camp do that or have like a hireling do that. And I'm pretty sure, so someone said on the comments of my Warding Bond video that if you have like a hireling cast Warding Bond, then dismiss them, then the Warding Bond stays on. It's not like have them leave the party, just dismiss them. Which means you can have Warding Bond up and have an open hireling slot because you can only have up to 3 hirelings at a time. So I wonder if the same thing applies to like Mage Armor and Long Strider and all the other spells that last until long rest. Like, can I hire a wizard hireling and have them cast, you know, their whatever long rest spells? Because I think I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but maybe people are just joining now or whatever. But spells like this that last until long rest, their effect goes away if the character ever like unprepares them. So I'm wondering if the effect does not go away if I'm wondering if the effect goes away if the character unprepares them, but it doesn't go away if the character like gets completely dismissed from the party. I don't know, maybe that's the thing. So if that is a thing, then maybe I don't want to have Gale be a wizard because that's maybe something I don't need, and my main character's already a wizard. So maybe sorcerer. So what kind of spells does sorcerer have? Also, so subclass wild magic. I don't know. So I guess I'll defer to the chat. Does anybody know, like, can anybody think of like what the biggest, like most efficient like thing that comes back on long rest that any class gets access to at level 1? I don't know if I phrased that right, but can anybody think of like something like that? Like, is there like, what's the first like big thing that you get once per long rest that you can think of, chat? Because I feel like I probably want Gale to have whatever that is. Storm sorcery, and then I'll just look over this stuff. Draconic resilience. I'm gonna have mage armor on all my characters anyway, so that seems bad. Your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each sorcerer level, so just 1. Wild magic, no. And spell, any good spells here? I guess expeditious retreat maybe. I mean, this seems mostly like wizard spell list. Maybe ice knife is like a good. I wonder what the best damage spell just at first level is, because witch bolt seems good. Okay, no, so sorcerer just has spells that they know, and they don't get to like choose spells to prepare. So maybe I'll just have Gale be whatever class gets the best spells. I don't know if I need you deal level map value rage damage. Interesting tooltip there. Unarmored defense, that seems not good because I'm gonna have mage armor on all my characters. Let me check out the bard cantrips to see if there's anything useful here. Mage hand, well, that's a good thing to have. I mean, if I go... Because... So mage hand you can use once per short rest, so... Probably Gale also gets mage hand back upon rest. Spells... so I think fairy fire is supposed to be good, right? Where is it? All targets within the light turn visible and attack rolls against them have advantage, so advantage on my things. And does any other class get access to Fairy Fire? Because I think this is supposed to be a really good spell, right? It does require a dex save though, and maybe I just don't want to take anything that requires saves because my stats are going to be so bad. Dissonant Whispers, on save target takes half damage. Featherfall, I don't think I need. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Leave a creature prone, Wisdom save. Speak with Animals, Sleep, Long Strider. And Heroism. Gain 5 temporary hit points each turn. I feel like if I get hit, I just die anyway, so temporary hit points might be bad. Healing Word. Maybe I want to have Gale be a class that gets access to Healing Word. I don't know. Druid. I'm not the most familiar with, like, you know, all of the options in 5e, so I'm just going to spend some time here looking through. This tooltip is extremely unhelpful. Project a puff of noxious gas. That doesn't tell you like how much damage it deals at all. Shillelagh, or however you pronounce it. Use your spellcasting ability for attack rolls. I don't know. So then, Thorn Whip. So wait, do I not just get spells as a druid? Or no, because it's like cleric where you just know all the spells. Cure wounds, healing word, enhance sleep. Okay, that seems okay. And what does, so if I go fighter, then Gale would just get back second wind on rest. That doesn't seem that useful. Monk, flurry of bullets, so I would be able to use key. An armor defense, again, doesn't play well with mage armor. So it's probably not monk. Paladin, divine sense. Advantage on attack rolls against celestials, fiends, and undead. So that's kind of interesting because paladins are good against celestials, fiends, and undead, so maybe something I could do is just respec all my guys to paladin whenever I'm about to fight those types of enemies. That's something to consider. Channel Oath, which you can use to fuel certain actions, replenished by short or long rests. Also, paladin is just supposed to be like a good class from what I know about 5e. So this heal yourself and all lives for 5 hit points, regain another 5 next turn. That's maybe good at getting my characters off of... I call it Death's Door. I don't think that's... Because Darkest Dungeon, I'm used to Darkest Dungeon where, you know, it's called Death's Door, the state your characters are at when they're at 0 health. Holy Rebuke, grant an ally a vengeful aura that deals 1 to 4 radiant damage to anyone who hits them with a melee attack for 2 turns. You or an ally's weapon attacks deal an additional 2 radiant damage and can daze enemies for 1 turn. That seems good, just something that I can put on an ally. Oh, and this is also interesting because what I could do is before combat, if I really wanted to, which maybe I don't because it would just take a really long time, I could, before combat, have Gale cast Inquisitor's Might on one of my characters, have them, you know, enter combat, and then I would have Gale, like, not be in combat. Then I would go back to camp, have Gale, hit Gale to recharge all this stuff, and come back Inquisitor's Might on another character. And, yeah, basically, you get the idea. I'd have Inquisitor's Might on all my characters, so 2 radiant damage on all my characters, but which doesn't sound like a lot, but I think I need every edge that I can get, probably. So maybe it could be Paladin. Favorite... Oh, this is also kind of interesting. Huh. Favorite enemy. Proficiency and Arcana. So, in a 5e tabletop, like, you just pick an enemy type and you get, like, some kind of bonuses against that. So it seems like it works differently here. Proficiency in Religion. So it doesn't seem like I get any benefits against any particular enemy type, which that would be good because I could swap my characters into that just before I'm about to fight that enemy type. I don't know. Pro, Evil, and Good. I mean, maybe that's something to consider. Bounty Hunter, yeah. And Natural Explorer, so I get Find Familiar. Urban Tracker is proficiency in Sleight of Hand, so this stuff doesn't seem that useful. Although resistance to all these damage types. Maybe if I end up if I find a fight where one of these damage types is very prevalent, then that could be something relevant to swap into Ranger for. Swap into Rogue. Rogue doesn't get anything relevant. That comes back on resting. So I think whatever class I want to have Gale be, it's between like Cleric, just because Cleric gets really good spells, and then maybe like Paladin. Also, so let me check out So I won't be able to hit level 2, so I won't be able to get Channel Divinity. So that makes healing better. This, shield yourself with Divine Light. Use your reaction to impose disadvantage on an attacker, possibly causing their attack to miss. Doesn't really tell me what it actually does. Oh, so if I go Light Domain, then I get Fairy Fire, which that's a way of getting Fairy Fire. So I might go Light Domain Cleric for Gale. That seems relevant. Trickery Domain, I already have Shadowheart on that. This just gives me spells. War Domain gives me Shield of Faith and Divine Favor. Your weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 radiant and subclass features whenever you make an unarmed or weapon attack. You can spend a War Priest charge to make an additional... How many War Priest charges do I get per day? Strike back at an attacking creature, potentially dealing 2 to 16 lightning damage. On a failed saving throw, you deal half of a 2 to 16 thunder... Why does it deal lightning damage if I succeed, but thunder damage if they fail the saving throw? That seems not intentional. And the subclass feature, I get a Druid cantrip and become proficient in animal handling. Okay, so it's probably, maybe it's Light Domain, because then I get Fairy Fire and Burning Hands, which is a solid damage spell, and then, what? And then the Cleric spells are Guiding Bolt, Cure Wounds, Healing Word, Inflict Wounds, Shield of Faith, which seems like a pretty solid kit. Also, wait, so if this just gives Shield of Faith, then... Wait, it's a better version of a spell you already know. Like, what's the difference? I don't know. I guess I'm going Light Domain Cleric for Gale. And I feel like I gotta pick Mystra, right? Just for lore reasons. As for abilities, I'm probably going... So, I think I... So wait, Wisdom is my spellcasting ability, though. So let's dump Intelligence, dump Charisma. Strength is just generically important for characters in this game. So I'm not going to get to, what's it called? Improve my ability scores, so there's no point getting an odd number. And maybe this is how I go. Seems fine. So Gale's going to be a cleric now. I have choices pending. Why do I have choices pending? Oh, I still have 1 more ability point, so I guess I'll go 12 strength. Alright, Gale is now a cleric of Mystra. He no longer has mage armor, so let's do the hireling thing. Okay, wait, I still have mage armor on this character. So I still have mage armor here, but Gale no longer knows mage armor, so that's kind of interesting. So when I spec'd Gale from wizard to cleric, he no longer knows mage armor. Mage armor disappeared on himself, but didn't disappear on my other characters that Gale had already cast mage armor on. So that's kind of weird, right? I don't know why that's a thing. Anyway, let's get a hireling. I think I need to dismiss one of my characters in order to get a hireling, right? So maybe I'll dismiss Astarion.
In a very look at me twice and I'll dismember you kind of way, of course.
Good for you, Astarion. Did I say Astarion?
I'm hurt.
Oh, darling.
I
Darling.
guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here. Well, you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
I don't know how to feel about Astarion, because, like, I like his voice, I like his... I'm not going to finish that. But, I don't know, he seems to like killing people a little too much. You know? Withers tells you have to dismiss, right? Alright.
For whenever thou hast
Can I get hirelings?
There are many answers to that question. Correct. No.
Hirelings?
Fate, although thou dost not seem to be in need.
Why can I not get hirelings? Like, what, huh? Wait a minute.
Fate, although thou dost not.
Does anybody know why I can't? Alright, hold on. Baldur's Gate 3 hirelings. Hirelings explained from charlieintel.com. What website is this? What are hirelings? They can be summoned. Withers will revive companions, respec classes, and hire hirelings. It does not tell me how to unlock hirelings. Maybe I just need to leave camp and come back? I'm not sure. I'll try that. Leave camp and then come back. Because I don't remember, like, what the... There's a lot of things I, like, don't remember from, you know, playing through the game normally. Alright, Withers. Can I hire... Can I hire some lings? No? Maybe if I, like, move the camp to a different location... I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand what's going on here. Jet Set Radio. I won. Alright, Withers. Come on, you're killing me here. Please, Withers.
Fate, although thou dost not seem to be in need.
Fate spins along as it should. I think the course of fate from prior experience tells me that you should be giving me the option to get hirelings.
Although thou dost as thou...
What if I, like, change my class and then back out of it? I don't know.
Fate, although thou dost
I wonder if I need to, like, hit level 2 or something. Okay, hold on. Hirelings, please. Because if I have to hit level 2 to get hirelings, then that's pretty disheartening. So I'm gonna level my character up. I'm gonna reload the save. Whatever. Bing bing. And now I'm gonna see if Withers lets me,
Fate, although thou dost not seem to
Nope,
be...
okay. I don't get it. Anyone have any insights in the chat? No? Hirelings. Do I want... If Extra Life has an article. How do you get hirelings? In order to access hirelings, you need to be able to access Withers and be level 3. Oh. Dang. I need to be level 3, huh? Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. And kind of incentivizes me to maybe have Gale. I mean, I think Cleric still gets better spells. So maybe... Huh. So maybe I'll reload the save from before respecking Gale just to... Yeah, I'm locked out of hirelings. Although my character can still... Longstrider is still a ritual, right? So I can still do Longstrider. I can still have mage armor on, like, at least, you know, 2 characters, but... Yeah, no hirelings. Maybe I want to respec my character to get some better wizard spells. But anyway, let's Longstrider everyone up. Maybe that means I want to keep Gale as a wizard, just so I can mage armor everyone. But cleric spells are so good. Like, all of the cleric spells are just such bangers. Yeah, I didn't know I had a level minimum either. Although I do remember, like... Withers not giving me the option to hire things when I first talked to him, but I didn't really put that much thought into it, and I didn't make any connection between it being, like, a level thing. Let's Longstrider on my whole party.
Quite ready for you.
So now that Gale doesn't have mage armor on him, maybe I want to have Shadowheart transfer her armor over, just because, like, I think Shadowheart is, like, the least useful party member combat-wise, so I'm probably going to have her, like, not in the party and have Gale wear her armor.
All right.
So let me switch her to her camp outfit and send her armor over to Gale. Maybe send her hat over to Gale too. And where's the hat? There we go. And I guess let's have Shadowheart also send over all her other stuff. Like this. The mace, is there a better weapon? The scimitar is a finesse weapon, so that's better, I guess. Cleric with a scimitar is not really like... Oh, I'm not proficient. Never mind. Okay, so I guess dismiss Shadowheart and then get back Astarion, and that's going to be our main party for doing stuff.
If you're sure. Fine.
Right, see you, Shadowheart. Get Astarion back.
Something's in my mind.
And with this setup, I really only need mage armor on 2 of my characters.
What can I... Lead on.
Sure. Yeah, I guess if Gale's a cleric, then I don't really need mage armor on him because he just gets armor that gives him 13 AC anyways. Okay, so I guess maybe we're ready for the goblin fight. So this fight hopefully shouldn't be too hard because we have a lot of NPCs who can do most of the heavy lifting, but
No, never mind.
still probably want to take a bit of a measured approach to it. Just go to the Emerald Grove environs, right? There's nothing else really relevant to do. And this is probably like the next step in powering up because then we get access to the merchants that are in the Emerald Grove. And I think my gold getting plan is probably just to have Astarion steal a bunch of things.
Well, hello.
So who do I want to initiate with?
Nuggets will be done.
Let me have Lae'zel go in first, maybe. Or maybe I want to have whichever character is the sneakiest go in first. Maybe. I'm not sure. Because the way that this fight works is if I get close enough, then the goblins are just going to spawn in and then the fight will just start from there. So I need to like... I won't get like as much of a chance to prepare on whatever character I send in first, basically. So let's put a torch on the ground. Let's have Astarion dip your melee. Dash turn-based. Switch to ranged, dip, and go up here, and then that'll start the fight, I guess. I think. Make sure he's in the obscured range, I suppose. Is this not starting the fight? Okay, now that's within range to start the fight. And maybe I have Astarion go back there. Wait, huh? So now I see the NPCs there, but the fight has not started yet. Maybe if I need to go up there. Okay, that did it. Frame rate's chugging.
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail. You let goblins here?
Goblin mode.
Please, there's no time.
The nine hells! Overpower!
So this fight hopefully won't be too bad because here's Will. Okay, sure. Okay, wait, so Gale is... Ugh, okay, wait a minute. So Gale got pulled into combat from all the way over there because he wasn't sneaking, I guess. So it seems like what happens at the start of the fight is like all of your characters that aren't sneaking that are in a certain radius just get pulled in because I guess the game just sends out a big like, are there any characters that aren't sneaking here? The enemies will spot you if you're not sneaking, and they're going to spot you all the way over there even though the enemies are way over by the gate. So okay, so now we know, make sure all the characters that aren't gonna like initiate right away, make sure they're sneaking. Also, you know what? I probably want to initiate with my Raven because that's like well, I don't know if my Raven will even trigger the fight to start. Who knows? I think it's probably still fine to... Who has the least valuable action? Maybe my character has the least valuable actions? Okay, so make sure Gale is sneaking this time. I already have Astarion set up to be ready for the fight, so let's just do this. Cannon! Yep, so now none of my characters are in combat. Let's make a proper save. Gobbo fight started. 11. That's nice. And that is on the Goblin Booyah. Alright, the NPCs are putting up a decent fight here. So now let's figure out how we're gonna actually do this. So there's some enemies up here, right? So probably shove these two down, or honestly just keep them close, right? Because so if I move away, it seems like an opportunity attack is not happening, so that I think indicates that they don't really have a melee option. So if I just like, although no, they have nimble escape, right? Goblins have nimble escape, which lets them disengage as a bonus action, so yeah. So goblins can disengage as a bonus action, so there's no point trying to like keep them close and stop them from attacking. So I think the most dangerous enemy here is the goblin boss, right? So probably like burst down the goblin boss, and then the secondary priority is... Alright. Let's have Lae'zel go up here, pick up the torch. And then, So dipping plus dual-wielded weapons is a pretty good combo, because, you know, the dip gets applied to both weapons. So let's go here. So now make sure dual wielding is on to make sure I hit with like both attacks. Then maybe I think... Because I probably want to shove you down there so you take some fall damage. So that means I should probably have Lae'zel be hitting this one. And then when, like, have Lae'zel hit this one in turn-based mode, and then have her go down and start getting mixed up here. I probably also, what kind of... do I have here? Lacerate is on cooldown. Wonder if dipping works with adding poison to your weapon. I don't think it does. I think it's like Dark Souls where you can only have one, you know, weapon buff at a time. Also, hold on, the Everburn Blade. Where's the do I not have it? Wait, did I forget to pick it up or something? I think I forgot to pick the Everburn Blade up when I killed the commander guy. I mean, that's fine because it's like, it's a magic weapon, but it's basically just a regular greatsword, except it's permanently dipped. Like, you can't dip the Everburn Blade. So it's just a greatsword that's permanently dipped, so it's actually not that good of a weapon, other than it being like magical, which I think matters. Where's the torch? Okay, now let's go here. Dual wielding mode is on. Yeah. Alright, wasted some damage there. It would have been better to maybe hit one of the ones with more health, but that's okay. Now, what do I want Gale to do? So remember, Gale's a cleric. Oh, wait, I better... Whoops. So let's refresh Gale's spell slots first, though, right? Because I am going to be... I'm going to be needing to exploit every advantage. Wait in camp. Wait in camp, Gale. And then... I guess let's have the Raven hit Gale. Let's have the Raven go... Bink. Missed. Bink. Missed. Why is there like... Gale is using Warding Flare as a reaction to... Gale. Gale. You're giving disadvantage to my attacks that are trying... Okay, that's kind of annoying because now whenever I'm like trying to hit Gale when he's in camp to restore his spell slots, he's gonna have... The attacks against him are gonna have disadvantage. So...
What's on your mind?
Alright, hold on, Gale. Let's do this. Children, avert your eyes. But, this has major gameplay implications, I assure you.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I question the wisdom of that decision. I'll be here in...
I guess I could have just swapped him to the camp, like, gear, if I... But, I feel like this is... I like that this is a thing I have to do. Or to... Critical miss. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna, like, have Gale not be spec'd into Light Domain Cleric just so he can't, like, impose disadvantage on my attacks whenever I try to hit him to restore his spell slots. Maybe that's a thing that...
How can I help? With...
Alright, come with me, Gale.
Quite ready for you.
Oh, okay. Interesting that you say that now, Gale. So his approval is neutral. Compulsive Quicksaver. Mash the quick save button. Hide. Hide. Unseen and unsightly? What? Is that what he's just said? Leave camp. Why can I not? Oh, because I'm controlling the Raven. Leave camp. And now we're ready. So what spells do I want to have Gale? Use. It's probably Guiding Bolt. Burning Hands is permanently prepared. So Fairy Fire is kind of interesting because... No, because characters lose concentration when they leave your party. So I can't, like, Fairy Fire, then have Gale wait in camp, hit him to get his spell slots back, then cast another spell. That's not a thing that's possible. Anyway. Probably, so during the fight, Healing Word. I guess Inflict Wounds can do a lot of damage to the Goblin boss. And, like, Shield of Faith? I don't know. That seems okay. And then how do I want... What do I want to have Gale do on... to initiate the fight? So there's a lot of enemies bunched up here, so if I can get, like, land, like, a big old Burning Hands... Although maybe Fairy Fire is the way I want to go, just because there's a lot of NPCs in the fight. So giving all those NPCs advantage on their attacks seems pretty good. So I think, yeah, that's maybe what I'm going to do. Maybe I have Gale go down here so that he can then Burning Hands next turn. That seems good. So yes. Let's dash, turn-based, Fairy Fire. Oh right, they get to make a save against Fairy Fire. Although, wait. Shedding Dim Light incoming attacks have advantage. So wait, who succeeded? Okay, so Goblin Boss has Fairy Fire on him. That's pretty good because that's like probably the target I want to stick it on the most. Now my character... I don't know if I want to spend spell slots on you. So let's go. Dip, and then... Oh wait, shoot. I should have dashed before entering turn-based mode. Whoops. That's fine, I can just wait a little bit and try again. Okay, now let's dip melee weapons, I suppose. Where? Torch, where are you? Dash. Turn-based. Make sure dual wielding is on. Okay, killed that one. Now, let me see where are the enemy sight cones now? Because is there a way for my Raven to get within melee range of any of these? So, what enemy... Oh, so wait, no, it's the NPCs that are causing this area to be revealed. So what I probably do then is I just have my Raven just sneak in there. Is there like concealment anywhere? I mean, I guess I could just have my Raven enter combat, I guess you could say fairly. Like just go in there, not get off anything at before the start of the fight, and that's how I have my Raven enter the combat. But I'm gonna see if I can like have it sneak through this concealed area over here maybe. And maybe get an attack off against the bugbear or something. Also, it doesn't seem like it's having to make... Oh, it's not having to make a hide check because it's like allied characters that are seeing it. Okay, that's pretty good. So now I can... Let's blind you. Whiffed. Okay. Missed on 80% chance. So now Astarion. Wait a minute. Weakening strikes. That's from the... Okay, so what ranged abilities do I have? I mean, I'm doing sneak attack here, right? Yeah, I'm just doing sneak attack because I can either sneak attack you or I can sneak attack the boss because I have advantage. The boss is probably more dangerous. I feel like my success in this fight hinges more on killing the boss than on anything else. And then, do I want to have Astarion, like, reposition, or... Yeah, let's just keep him up here. Miss. Miss. Nice. Double miss. Will. Arms of Hadar. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use Will, because I feel like this team seems good. Critical miss. Okay, getting good luck here. Getting really good luck here. Gaping Wounds. And Flourish, which procs the Gaping Wounds. Maybe I could have considered killing this one, but no, it's just gonna, yeah. And then I might as well have... you just Burning Hands, although there are a lot of allied characters in the way, but I think it's probably still a good idea to Burning Hands here. So let's have you jump, because I don't think there's anything good to do with your bonus action. It could save a spell slot for Healing Word or something, but it's probably better to just... Burning Hands to hit both of you two. Let me make sure I'm in range to do it. Oh, well, now it'll hit all of those as well. So just here, huh? Boom. And now, let's have Gale keep his distance a little bit, maybe? And, oh, my Raven is here, so I probably... Wait, off balance. Disadvantage, attack rolls against have advantage. Okay. So let's blind. That's the bugbear. Crit. Also that procs Gaping Wound, so that's pretty nice. And if I have, yeah, have my Raven stay there. There's not really any reason to have it do something else. Now Lae'zel has both of her melee weapons dipped. So maybe I want to have her, like, maybe I can kill the warg before it gets an action. That seems pretty good. I think I'll do that.
Let my name be known.
Alright, nice. So then my character should be able to finish off the warg. Can I, like, go over here? Like, can I go over here and then offhand attack the warg and then main hand attack Zakruk? And that'll be... Like, I can kill you with my bonus action. Nice. And then kill you with my main hand attack. And, yeah. Oh, I need to pass Lae'zel's turn. Right, let's just have Lae'zel go there. Why would you do that, Aradin? Aridin kills the Booyah. Action Surge. Boom. Did Action Surge and then didn't kill this one because he was slightly out of range. Good job, Aridin. Aridin still has bonus action. He could have jumped up there probably, but no, Aridin just straight misplayed. Right now the enemies are doing stuff, but this fight seems kind of over. Let's make sure we kill Zakrug because he's still kind of dangerous. Yep. I guess because I have nothing better to do, I dip. No, I'm not even going to bother dipping. I'll just get Astarion into melee range. Maybe. Will, do your thing. Oh, exactly 8 damage to kill the tracker. Nice. I think, wait, was that exactly 8 damage? I don't even know. Alright. Jump. And Gale gets to, what cantrips does Gale have? Oh, I forgot to pick, like, good cantrips for Gale, because right now he just has Sacred Flame resist. Well, his cantrips seem okay, but Sacred Flame is maybe not what I would have preferred in terms of, like, having a damage dealing cantripped. Cantripped, I just said. Let's blind you, or attempt to, I guess. I guess there's no reason not to have Gale be using his, also, like, his, like, special, whatever abilities here, right? Because, also, I made Gale's strength really low, too, or, like, I put his strength at 12, so yeah. I probably could have picked a better cantrip. I wasn't really thinking about what cantrip he should get at the time. You just piercing shotted at melee range. But I mean, yeah, this fight's let's, I guess, offhand attack on you. Crit! Nice. And then hit you. Bam. And then both my weapons are dipped, so let's do a little dual wielding. Ding dong. Pass, pass. Just threw a potion at my... Wait, you just threw a potion at my Raven? Alright, nice. Alright, so we flawless that fight. No damage on our main characters. And we didn't use any spell slots on characters that weren't named Gale. So we just spent, like, nothing on that fight. Morningstar's better than Mace. So let's go here. Alright, pretty good. Also, so what just happened there at the very end of the fight was Aridin just threw a healing potion. And it was targeting my Raven, right? No, it was targeting Barth. So, the kind of funny thing about healing potions is, you know, if you throw them at a character, then it'll apply a healing effect in an AoE. But the funny thing about that is that you can also, like, hit characters directly with the healing potion. And if you hit a character directly with a healing potion, then it will deal damage. So you can, like, throw a healing potion at a character, you know, thinking, oh, it'll heal them, and that hits them directly, and it deals damage instead. And I've had a character die at one time due to that happening. So now, Astarion is not proficient in shields. So that will... what does that mean? Like, what does him not being proficient in shields do? So if I have him make a main hand attack, then... hold on. So if he's not proficient in shields, then I assume he gets, like, some kind of penalty or disadvantage in some way on attack rolls. But it still gives him +2 to AC, right? Also, now that Gale is a cleric, he doesn't need his robe anymore, so it can go to Astarion, which will allow me to have Astarion wear a robe and not have his camp clothes. I feel like, I don't know if this kind of suits Astarion too. I like this fit on him. I wish I could figure out why my frame rate is so... hold on. Has my PC not... Okay, so my PC has been on the gamer setting. Which makes it so that, like, you know, the fan is on and it's, you know, I have whatever, overclocking, is that a computer term? Whatever. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just like whatever settings I have on in OBS that's making it so the frame rate's bad. But, oh yeah, that is really bad.
There are children here, you fool! We was running for our lives. You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
Starion pulls up in his fancy purple robe. Should I do an Astarion impression for the... I've seen much bloodier battles than this. Consider yourselves lucky. I don't know if that's a good Astarion. Oh, I'm so glad you asked, darling.
Your pathetic life.
I'm Astarion.
Oh, I didn't ask for any goddamn help. Please, you were begging me to open the gate.
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Alright, I just like rolled the dice there, but I could have cast guidance.
Worried about your precious eyes, the both of you. Enough! Squabbling is pointless. At least we agree on that.
Yep.
More goblin vermin could be on their way.
Okay.
Time to pack. Got me to leave. Who cares? All the... Forgive that. Thank you for your help out there.
You're Zevlot. Well, I'm Astarion.
Well met. I should warn you.
Oh, good.
Visitors are no longer welcome in this grove. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. This attack will only strengthen their resolve.
Yep. We just need to find a healer.
The Druid Housens a renowned healer. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. They've started.
Yep, so this is all story stuff. I guess I'll just skip through it.
again for your help. If you'll
We need to find a healer. We need to find a healer. The healer? Is there a healer? It turns out there's probably no healer, right? Or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so now here we've got a merchant. Let me check what things this guy has again.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I care about our lives.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met.
Yep.
And thank you for beating back those goblins. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long.
Alright, let's check what you have. Gloves of Missile Snaring. So this one's pretty good. Probably very useful because it just reduces damage by, you know, a flat amount and can kind of make me immune to ranged attacks if they're in the early game if I slap it on the right character. Also, let's see, a bunch of scrolls. A helmet, which counts as armor, which makes it so mage armor doesn't work, but I'm probably still going to get that. And then a bunch of elemental arrows, which... Who will these go on? Because I feel like Astarion doesn't really need them because he's just going to be doing sneak attacks all the time. My character kind of has... So maybe on Gale, because I don't have a good damaging cantrip on Gale, and he has higher dex, so probably he's going to be doing like a sort of crossbow build. So in that case... Let me see. So, do I have any crossbows floating around? Crossbow. I do have one, but it's on my character, but it's probably better on Gale. So, let's just put it there until I find another one. And, let me also find, send all my arrows over to Gale, I guess. Gale is going to be my designated arrow user. Although, Gale also has, like... ranged spells, which can also kind of do the job that I was going to do with arrows, but, I don't know.
Your desire. Careful, I might. Need anything else?
So let's just give away, or sell all of our random stuff, so, which is more expensive, the short bow or the goblin bow? So they're all, like, equally valuable, so let's sell all this stuff, sell this, sell padded armor. I should use like the add to wares function. I had never used that in DOS2, but I probably should like actually do that here because like this is gonna take a while now. So let's sell all this. Also, let me see what other. So there's dye, which I don't think I'm gonna be using because all my other stuff is more valuable. Spell thief. Once per short rest, you regain a level 1 spell slot. So basically, this is just like a longbow with extra text, which means it's probably going on Astarion. If I get it, Arrow of Darkness, which creates magical darkness. Some scrolls of. Can't cast spells because I'm not proficient with the equipped shield. Okay, that makes sense. And Dragon's Grasp, which is basically just a hand axe with extra text. Though maybe I take this to have as like a thing to throw in case there's a burning target. I mean, I'm probably buying like all the stuff in here anyway, but sell a quarterstaff and probably sell some javelins, even though they are like a good thing to throw. Don't think I need a mace. Don't think I need ring mail. Don't need that. Get rid of all this. Keep the Watcher's Guide. Also, Gale has like his thing where he eats magic, so I probably need to keep that in mind as well. So let's probably buy the... Oh wait, so is there like a faster way to do this? Like, can I do control click? Wait, so I can't do control click here, but wait a minute. All right, let me see. Does this work? Control click, control click, control click. Nice. So I can control click on all of these, and then I don't think rope is useful, right? That's useful. The artifact is not useful. Don't need any of these bows. And I can send all of these to wares, and that works. Nice. Okay, so that actually is like a good function. Makes the inventory management problem a lot easier than in DOS2, for example. And then here I probably want to send this. Send the simple robe, that. And keep the nautiloid tanks. I don't think I need to keep that. I think I can get rid of the longsword and one of the daggers and send all these to wares. And yeah.
Get us killed. Need anything else? Just some bits and bobs on your own.
So let's wait. And then there should be a button to like just send over all my wares, right? Wares, and then Oh, I was hoping that I would make it so I don't have to like confirm how many I want to sell. But that's fine. And sell all of this. Alright, now what do I want to buy first? Because the gloves of missile snaring are good, but they don't help me kill things, which might be like my main concern now. Maybe I'd buy Spell Thief first, just because it's a better weapon for Astarion. So I think, yeah, let's do that. Let's buy Spell Thief. Let's sell Astarion's bow that he currently has. And, and I probably want another crossbow, like, for my character to wield alongside Gale having one. And Rain Dancer, Freight Water, level 1 transmutation spell. So, oh wait, so this is also kind of interesting because, so this weapon lets you use Create Water, right? Which I imagine it's going to be like you can use it once per long rest or short rest or something. So I wonder if I have Gale equip this, then that'll let him cast Create Water. And then if I, do his thing where he regains all his spell slots and HP and stuff, then will that let him use Create Water again? So basically that means then he can kind of use Create Water as a ritual, you can think of it. So I can create water any number of times per day, which, that maybe doesn't sound that useful, but maybe there's some situations where it could be. It'll let me very slowly, like, set up a big water surface before combat, or even I don't have to set up a big water surface. I can just, like, put water down somewhere, and that'll be good if I have, what's it called, like an arrow of lightning or something, which I think we'll have like advantage on something, or at least deal additional damage if the target's standing in water. So that's probably good. And then Ring of Flinging, additional 1d4 bonus to throw damage. This also seems good. But who would it go on? Like, which one of my characters like wants to throw stuff the most? I imagine probably my main character, because I have a lot of strength. And I think I'm kind of covered on the melee attack side, but maybe I want additional thing to, do ranged attacks with. So I think probably by these two. And then maybe don't need any of these scrolls. Color spray. Well, no, all the scrolls are so expensive though, huh? I guess let me buy an arrow of fire, just in case, and spend exactly 420 gold. Nice. Okay.
Sylvanus, guide your...
So now let's have Astarion. Let's give you... Astarion is 18 AC. 5-finger discount.
This is about your
I
Baldur's Gate.
do not know what you mean by that.
Our futures.
Alright, so what now?
You just care about your stupid apprenticeship.
I mean,
Take that back.
I don't know. I feel like we've done some good stuff, right? Maybe this is a good spot to leave it off. Oh yeah, pickpocketing, right? I forgot that was the thing I could even do. So maybe, all right. I haven't actually like pickpocketed anything in this game yet. So maybe I'll try pickpocketing a thing just to see how it works, and then maybe I'll end the stream, huh? How's that sound? So let's do the old DOS2 trick where let's talk to you to get you to turn around.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good.
That did not get you to turn around. Okay,
Can we all just...
What's the... These people...
or yell louder? That's fine too.
think, yeah, let's make you all stay. I don't know. Does matter. Natural 20, sure.
She's right,
Zerg.
Thank you, Roland.
And then they're all gonna get out of the way. Now I can talk to you to get you to turn around.
We should have. Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying
Switch to Astarion. Why? You are still facing that way, huh? Let's sure leave.
Let it. If only she understood. The longer we wait, the longer the horrors of the wilds.
Have perform or minor illusion. Yeah, that is a thing I could do.
Yes, that.
Loroakan.
The greatest wizard in
So that's the guy that wants to find the night song, right?
I've admired Loroakan for years. Never dreamed he'd answer my letter. But I've worked myself to the bone for this. Few can match me in either magic or talent.
Yeah.
The names Roland
Let's
and
do so.
Loroakan will be known far and wide.
And also,
You'll see.
if I do like perform or minor illusion and then, oh yeah, you're right. I could perform. So I have a drum, right? I have a drum somewhere in my inventory. Drum. Where's my drum? Shadowheart has it. Puh. Okay. So I'm gonna... Shadowheart also has minor... Does she have minor illusion? I don't know. She does, right? I think... Oh no, my character has minor illusion. What am I... Although, if you cast minor illusion, like in a city, then characters will actually get mad at you. Like, that's a thing that happens. So, I need to make sure my character's sneaking. Oh, well, the guy's gone anyway, so... Whatever, let's talk to you.
Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins.
Sneak. Pickpocket.
Elminster's not around, so might as well. On my way.
And... Cast Guidance. I don't know if this affects things. Okay, so in early access, there was kind of a funny thing where... So in early access, there was kind of a funny thing where if there's gold in an NPC's inventory like this, then the DC depends on how much gold there is, right? But something you could do in early access is you could literally like shift and click and drag the stack of gold, and then you could split the stack into like smaller gold stacks. So basically what you would do in early access is you would split the stack to make it like basically like a stack of 2 gold or whatever, and then you'd have a 100% chance of stealing. So that was a pretty funny thing you could do. But at this point, I guess so it doesn't seem like I have like a super high chance on any of these. But I guess there's not like too many people around, so if this guy gets mad, I might just be able to run away. Or I could just have like, I don't know. So succeed a sleight of hand check. Oh, that just tells you what the DC is? No, DC is 10, and then that tells you... Wait, so does this factor take guidance into account? So I have +4 from proficiency, +3 from dex modifier. So the number it shows there doesn't take guidance into account, so I have a bit better chance of... Alright. So there is actually some kind of risk to pickpocketing, but... Then probably we get all the valuable stuff, right? All the most valuable stuff. Go for the scroll. So I rolled a 2, but still succeed. And then probably the gloves of missile snaring is too expensive. All right. So we got some good stuff. And now let me send all my characters to Timbuktu. Is that like an outdated term? Should I not say that? I feel like maybe I shouldn't say that. Anyway.
Act fast if you do. The ritual.
Leave and... Alright. So I think I'm probably going to call it there for today. So we flawlessed a couple fights. We got some items. We got withers. Learned that we can't hire hirelings. Which is, you know... That's a bit of a disappointment. Aaron saying someone's been in my pockets. And that's where I'm going to call it for today. Thanks for watching. It seems like there's only like one person here left. Oh no, there's another person here, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. Thanks for watching the stream. I'm going to be putting out more videos and also be streaming stuff, and yeah. I don't know how people usually like end these things off. Maybe I'm just gonna swallow the mic and then hit end broadcast. All right, so prepare yourselves.